Have I got the slavery question yet? I don't I don't know what the slavery question is. So probably not, I guess. What's the deal, ALC? Hey man, thank you. If you want to request that, feel free to request that. Check, check, check. All right, cool. What's the deal, Amicus? Appreciate you, Ricardo. God bless you. All right. Let's pray we have a good live today. A respectful live, cool conversations, prayerfully some questions could be answered. Why is Christianity the only religion that is true? Because if Jesus Christ actually rose from the dead historically, then I would say that that's a good proof. God bless you too, Sophia. A good proof that what he says is true. He preaches that he's the only way to eternal life for salvation. So if he's the only way, then other religions that try to posit another way would be false. Why did I just do that? Just cause. I don't know. Am I plugged into the Ethernet? On this, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I might just. No, yeah. On this computer, I am plugged into the Ethernet. Yeah. Explain it. You can't explain what? What do you want me to explain, sir? Jesus is the messenger of God. I don't know what you believe, bro. What's the deal, Gabe? Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I am sorry. Did you get cut, Dom? Need to see another Eli crash out? Nah. You gonna get me kicked out of the kingdom of heaven, bro. I gotta lead with love, bro. That stuff is not good. That stuff is not good, bro. They say if you don't have love, you don't got nothing. Nothing, bro. It don't matter how good I could defend the faith. It don't matter if I don't have love. I don't have nothing. That's what the So the the parable in Matthew 22. What's the name? Is he in here? He's not in here. But the capo has sent me Saint Gregory's homily on Matthew 22. Really, really beautiful homily. So I have read it the other day, and Saint Augustine says the same thing that he says. But in regards to the wedding feast, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but there's this parable of this wedding feast. Saint Augustine, yeah. Saint Augustine be talking. He be talking that. Don was talking about Saint Augustine today. Saint Augustine be talking. He be talking that talk for real. Now there's sometimes where I gotta try to figure out what he's saying because he be using language and he talking a way that sometimes be a little bit above my head. But when I understand what he talking about, he be talking. He be talking. Hello?
Hey Elijah.
What's up?
I was just about to head out to the pool, but decided to get on TikTok for some reason. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Are you Christian?
Um, I mean, I have a relationship with God. I have an understanding.
Hmm. I mean, if you don't have to have your camera on if you don't want it on. Just,
I think it's healthier. You know.
okay.
Why is it okay?
Yeah, you're
I got
not.
headset, man. I got the
Okay.
short.
All right.
I
All
can
right. Yeah, because people
I
try to
told you
come
I'm
up
headed
here.
to the pool. It's a beautiful Friday. I can't be on here too long.
Nah, it is. Yeah. So, what do you believe in Christ, like as your God and your Savior?
In a literal sense, no. But in a you know what crisis to me, and I say this with all sincerity. I think now that I got my camera on, you can tell that I'm not trolling. I'm sincere. The Christ figure inspires me. So for me personally, whether he was a real historical figure or not, the character that I read about inspires me, and I, real or not, I choose to follow that kind of character, the characteristics, the values, the principles, the ideas. And so that, the historicity part is of no consequence to me.
Well, yeah. So, in regards to if Christ was real, like if Christ is a real historical figure, then that would make him like it would mean that the things that he's saying is true, and I think the historical evidence goes to show that he is
Hold
a historical figure.
on. If he's a historical figure, the things that he's saying, so if he's real, then he must be telling the truth. Does that apply to me? I'm real.
No, so if he's real and the things that he says and does is real, then I would say that yeah, it would go
So
to
he's real, and the events described in the text must be real. If a man was real,
no, if the events that are described about said person is picking out an actual historical person and they're recording these historical events and sayings, then it would go to show or support that Christ is telling the truth, which means that Christ is God and therefore he should be followed, not just because he's a good teacher.
you know what? I can agree with that. If the events as described, the miraculous events, if they're literal and real, and I don't know how to believe in those events as literal and real. I can believe in them as symbolic events,
Hmm.
but as literal and real,
Well, look into the history of them. I think that there's a lot of historical evidence that goes to show that these people are writing in the first century, describing events that they saw, um, and they're just historical documents. So the same way that you would look at any historical documents, you could hold the Gospels to that same standard, and it would hold to be a historical document. So just look into the history of it. I'm
I
a
mean, I said, I'm going to the pool because I'm a regular guy. I try to participate in scholarship in the way that a common person does, not like a real scholar, Bart Ehrman, those professionals who dedicate their actual jobs, their livelihoods to the study. I'm not that at all. So what I like to do is defer to them. I'll defer to the scholars because I'm not going back to college. I'm not.
yeah,
And
but
so
I
when
mean,
I
what
defer to the
even what like
scholars,
Bart Ehrman would say though is that Jesus is a real person that proclaimed to be the Messiah that died by crucifixion, and his disciples believed to see him risen from the dead again. He prophesied his own death, which is what he would say, and he would attribute some of the things to be things that people actually believed that they saw Jesus do. So obviously he's not a believer in God at all, but you are. So in regards to miracles, the reason as to why he would discount certain miracles is because he doesn't believe in the supernatural at all. Think that there's good evidence that the supernatural exists through logical argumentation. Therefore, miracles are able to happen. So I mean, you don't have to be a super scholar. I'm not a super scholar at all. But you can look into the history and see that there's good evidence to believe that obviously Christ is a real person. He did these things to prove who he is, and he proved that he was God. Therefore, you should follow him. I'm gonna let you go to the pool though, bro. Like, it seemed like you ready to go take a dip. So God bless you, bro.
appreciate you, Elijah.
All right, cool. Jordan got in here after that. That's cool.
Yo,
What's
how are
up,
you,
bro?
bro? How are you, bro?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Uh, I'm not a Christian, bro.
Why not?
'Cause, I just think the religion is. I'm trying to say this respectfully because I know people might think I'm being rude or trolling, but I just think it's incorrect. You know,
Why? What's up?
it it doesn't make sense. I think there's too many. Like it's too complicated. Like there's too much things that are there that it's just like it's like religion. It's like too much. Like the son. There being Jesus in his human God in his human form, being born from a human, and then he also has a spiritual form. It's just it's. I'm religious, but I'm not Christian.
What religion do you hold to?
I'm Muslim.
Okay. So, what is it about Islam that makes it true? Because I
I
don't
think
think, I mean, the way in which you sound like you're being serious. It doesn't
yeah. I
sound
think
like to me, my fault, just real quick. It doesn't sound like to me that you're following a religion just because something feels cool, but you would follow a religion because you believe that it's true. Even if the truth is confusing at first, doesn't make it not true. So, what makes Islam true to you?
I think everything just stands out to me. Everything makes sense.
Like what?
Um, like there being one God and him not going down into forms to carry other people's sin and him being born to a human being. I understand that's his human form, but
Is God
you know,
anything in Islam? Is God anything like creation?
what'd you say?
In Islam, is God
No,
like anything
no,
in
no, he's
creation
not. He's not like creation. No,
at all?
no, no, no,
Okay.
I don't.
So when you say that God is one, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by God is one?
That's
Like
what
he's
I'm
his
asking you.
own. We're saying he's his own being.
Like, are you your own being?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was created by God. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
a being. He or we use he because there's no other word to use. We just say he, but he's like a spiritual being,
yeah.
right? Who created everything.
Yeah, but I'm
I
saying when you
feel
say one, do you mean like he's one being like how you're one being?
you're wording it very confusing, buddy. Can you cause like can you try saying it in a simpler term? Because I don't understand what you're saying. Because it's too
Okay.
many.
When you say that Allah is one, right? Are you saying that he is one being, like one existence, right? Like how you are one existence.
I mean, no one really says that, but I guess yeah.
Okay, so he is like creation in that sense?
No,
Okay. So
because we can't. You know why? Because he's the creator. We are the creation.
yeah, but still, even though like okay, I'm one human being, right? So I'm one being and this is one flashlight, right? This is one instance of a flashlight. I am one instance of humanity. This flashlight is one, like I'm one, right?
But no Muslim says words it like that. We don't say he's one being. We say he is a being.
Okay, are you a being?
Me, I'm a he. Yes, I am a being.
Okay, is he a being and you're a being?
Yeah,
So
but
he's
yeah,
like
but we're
is he
different.
like creation in that sense?
Yeah, but we're different though.
Okay, so he is like creation in some sense.
You could say that, but it's different.
What I mean, so you
The
first you
difference
all
is
right,
because he has almighty
first you
power.
said that Allah is one, right?
Mhm.
And but he's not like creation in any sense. So now I'm just trying to figure out a definition of what you mean by one. Because it's getting a
I'm
little
saying,
confusing, it's getting a
I
little
mean,
complicated.
I never said one. You said one, but we'll move on.
You said God is
When
one. Hold on,
I
hold on.
explained,
Oh,
no,
hey,
no, no,
hey,
no. You
wait,
said,
wait, wait. This is I'm
uh,
gonna let you know. This is on YouTube. If you want me to, we can go back and I can play it. We can listen to you say that God is one, right? Or there is only one God, which is what Christians believe. I'm simply asking you, what does one mean? That's all I'm asking.
hold on, yo, can you give me a second? I gotta close my door so there'll be no background noise. Give me
Okay.
a second, please.
So just for everybody who's coming in here, he said that Allah is one. and he believes that Islam is true because it speaks to him. It's easy to understand. I said, what's easy to understand? He said, Allah is one. I said, is Allah anything like creation at all? He said, he's not like creation at all. I said, okay, so what do you mean by one? Just very simple. Is he one like you're one? Is he one being like you're one being? Nah, not like that. So now we don't understand what he means by one. And this is supposed to be the super easy religion. Now, mind you, as he's going, mind you, his thoughts are created. So anything he thinks of, Allah is not that. Because his thoughts are created. And Allah is not like anything that's created. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to explain it to you in the simplest way possible. Right?
Okay.
You're asking me, right? I'm saying that we are somewhat alike because we're both beings. He's a spiritual being. I'm a human being, correct?
Okay.
But we are somewhat alike, yes. But he, like, for example, Jesus, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Jesus came down in human form. Allah didn't come down in human form. He's a spiritual being. So yeah, we are.
That has nothing to do with. Okay, so you're saying that when you first started the conversation, you were incorrect.
What do you mean?
When you said that Allah is not like creation in any sense whatsoever.
I was wrong about that. I realized that we are somewhat alike in the littlest part, yeah, because we're both beings.
Well, so the problem becomes is that that's not what a lot of Islamic theology teaches, right?
What do you mean?
So you could go to like chapter 42, verse 11 in the Quran, and it says that
What does that say?
there is nothing like him. And the way that
they mean in a sense, you're changing. They mean in a sense of no one can come close to him. He is his own. He creates everything. We can never come close to him. That's what they mean. They don't mean we're both alike. That's what he mean. That's what they mean. Or that's what Allah means.
No, the way in which that the scholars interpret this is that like some people would even say that you can't even make analogies.
Listen, this is the thing about Muslims, right? We focus on the Quran more than anything, right? When we see the Quran, right, and we see a verse, we take it to the full interpretation. We do listen to scholars, of course, because they are educated, but we mostly look at it in the most rational way possible from our viewpoint.
Are you Sunni?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the your Al-Qaeda, right? What you're saying literally goes against your Akida. You want me to show you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you can literally pull up your Akida, right? This is in English and in Arabic.
Where is this from?
This is the Akida of Al-Tarawiyah, or however, but you could just look up the Sunni Akida.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah. All right, let me know when you got it, bro.
Yo, can you bring that back up, please?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the name real quick. Thank you. Oh, I have a question if you don't mind, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Yeah.
What I'm confused. Another thing I'm confused about Christianity. If you
But do you have it
briefly? What's the difference between? No, I'm about to make it right now. I just have a quick question. I'm not changing. I just have a quick question. I'll go right back to that.
Okay.
I have a question about Christianity. What's the difference between like Catholicism and like all the different ones? Because I heard there's like Catholics and there's like other ones. What's the difference?
The difference between what? Like the different
isn't there like
denominations?
Catholic? Yeah, what's the difference?
Yeah. So it would just be like, I guess, like secondary issues. Like, so different, like differences that you would see in between like Sunnis and Shias.
Oh, all right. Can you go back to the thing? I was just asking because I was curious about
Yeah.
that.
So this is what I'm talking about. The
All
attributes
right.
of
Let me see.
Allah are unlike those to human beings. Whoever describes Allah with the same qualities as human beings has committed unbelief.
Can you scroll up real quick, please? Like to the very top where it had like the name.
Yeah.
Okay, stay right there. Give me a second, please. I'll be back.
So the only reason why I'm bringing this up, because he was correct, right, in saying that, like, they don't even believe that you could really make even like kind of analogies. It'd be like, oh, God is like this, so their God is unknowable. But one of the reasons as to why he believes in Islam is because of the things that he knows, the things that he can understand. And he said that Christianity is hard for him to understand. So something as simple, though, as God being one, and these are one of the simple things for you to understand, you can't understand in Islam. Matter of fact, if you were to say that you understood it, you're already kind of committing unbelief. So that's kind of this conundrum that you kind of find yourself in. So yeah. You see it? Hello? Hello? Okay. You could come back up whenever, bro. You could come back up whenever. Here, request back up.
Yo, my bad, bro. You gotta be a little patient, but whatever.
I'm trying to be with. You got people in a request. You ever sit in a request box for a long time and a dude not talking?
Yeah, no, I understand. I'll be brief if but I did research on it. Like I said, written by skull. It's not in the Quran. Like I said earlier, we favor the word of the Quran over anything else.
Yeah, so that's why
Right?
when the
Because
Quran says in chapter 42 verse 11 that there is nothing like him, this is the way in which these people understand these verses, which is why it's in the Aqidah.
This is the reason why this is the way that the scholars interpret it, right? There are scholars who interpret it in different ways, right? Just like there's in many books, right? Religious books, you can take verses and interpret them to a different way. Like I said, Sunni Muslims, right?
Wait, so whose interpretation do you take?
I take, like I said earlier, when Muslims, right, that are not scholars, read the Quran, they interpret it in the most rational way possible, right? And the way that we believe, like I said earlier, we believe that God is a spiritual being. He is like human, but not in the hierarchy way. Talking about in
You
like
say
the both beings.
so you're saying that he's like humans in one way, but not in another way?
He's only like them in a being way, right? But one's
Okay.
spiritual, one's human, of course. But in the hierarchy is different. Like I said, this is not from the Quran. Muslims look at the Quran, they interpret it in the most rational way possible they see fit. That being that
What does
when
it
that
say?
says, whoever describes Allah with the same qualities as human beings has committed unbelief, like I said, written by a scholar. See, and what you said earlier when you brought up the verse in the Quran, that you can use that, right? But like I said, wait, why are you laughing? I'm confused.
I'm biting my nails. I'm
No,
scared.
you're smiling.
I'm genuinely scared for you.
Why are you scared?
You just going against your scholars, going against what your religion teach, just off of a whim, just cause. You could accept what your scholars say, what the Quran teaches, but instead you're like, hey, I want to create my own religion right now.
What are you talking about?
You're saying that, hey, even though like our creed, what we're supposed to believe says that, hey, I can't do what I'm doing right now on TikTok in front of 70 people. Even though it says I can't do that, I'm going to do that anyway, and I'm going to give my own interpretation and just divorce myself from the interpretation of the Islamic scholars, right? I mean, by all means, I don't know where that's going to leave you.
You realize with verses there can be different interpretations to it, right?
Whose interpretation would you take?
Muslim interpret, like I'm saying, because
These
there's
are
scholarship, there's
Muslims.
scholars.
These are
Huh?
Muslim scholars.
I know, right? But if you listen, if you see a verse, right, there can be two different interpretations.
Whose
Like, listen, right?
interpretation do you
Listen.
I'm asking you, whose interpretation do you hold to, sir?
Mine is rational.
Okay. Well, here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just let you go before you dig yourself in a deeper hole. Okay?
What do you mean?
If you're willing to divorce yourself from the teachings that you're
Oh, how am
supposed
I
to
divorcing
hold,
myself?
because what your prophet says is that, hey, you're supposed to learn the Quran from very specific people. And then these people taught other very specific people. So that's why you have specific tafsir and specific hadith, which you're supposed to hold authoritative, because even if you have an interpretation that you think makes sense, if it goes against the scholars, right, your authority, then you throw your interpretation out, and you're supposed to hold to the interpretation of the scholars. You don't just run around making up your own interpretation. That's crazy.
And who did you say said that we should listen to scholars?
Your prophet.
When did he say that?
So I didn't know that I was gonna have to teach you your religion, but here,
What?
I didn't know that I was gonna have to teach you your religion, but here.
Nah, I heard you first time, but it didn't. It didn't really make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could go to, I think it's Sahih al-Bukhari. Um, uh, Sahih al-Bukhari 4999, I believe. Let's see. Okay. So, I shall ever love that man. For I heard the prophet saying, take and learn the Quran from four: Abdullah ibn Masud, Salim. Oh, he left. I don't know how you got kicked. I never kicked you. Yeah, I'm gonna just let you go, because you should look more into your religion. Your religion doesn't make as much sense as you think it does. I think you should look more into it. Hello?
What's up, bro?
What's up?
So, reason why I'm not Christian is there's just too much loopholes in the Bible and stuff. It just doesn't make any sense, bro.
Loopholes?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like um, for example, let me try to think of one. Um, when I'm pretty sure it's Genesis 1, it says, or not loopholes. I didn't mean that. I meant gaps, or like they switch words and stuff and all that. You know what I'm talking about? Like in Genesis
I
1,
don't know what you're talking about. Can you
it
clarify?
says that humans were created first and then animals, and then Genesis 2 it switches around and it does it like I don't know one other time, and I don't know why it just keeps doing that and all with that.
So
You
you
know what
want
I'm
to
talking
ask? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. So I know what people try to say, but that's not what the Bible says.
about?
So
You can, all right.
yeah, so you could go to Genesis chapter 1, right? And it says that human beings are created, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So here, I'll go to that verse and we'll run down. So I'm gonna do this for the chat as well. So what people will try to say is that Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 are two different creation narratives telling the same story. That's not the case. So in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, and they'll give an example like exactly what he's saying. Oh, in Genesis 1, it says that animals were created first and then humans. And then in Genesis 2, it says that humans were created first and then animals. And they say that these two narratives go against one another. Now we'll break this down. So it says that God created man in his image. So in the image of God, he created him. And then he blessed them, said, be fruitful and multiply and have dominion over the fish of the sea and the birds of the heaven and every living thing that moves on earth. Right? Then it goes on the seventh day. God blesses the seventh day for he ceased. And then it goes on, right, to the creation of what? The Garden of Eden. So notice it says, when no bush of the field was yet in the land, and no small plant from the field had yet sprung up, for God had not caused it to rain on the land, and there was no man to work the ground. There was a mist going up from the land. So the land is already here. This is not another creation story where it's talking about the creation of the earth again. It's talking about the creation of a very specific region. How do we know? Because it says it right here. God planted the Garden of Eden, and we know exactly where this this place is. For a river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and it divided. It became four rivers: the Pishon, the Havilah, around the whole hand of Havilah. What's the name? The Gihon, the Tigris, and the Euphrates. So it's giving the location for where these things are taking place. And then God creates man in that garden and causes animals to rise in that garden. So it's not another creation narrative. It's continuing on the creation narrative.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense, bro. Although I do got 2 more questions, though.
Go ahead. If it can help you become Christian, ask as many as you need if you're being honest.
All right. You know Noah's Ark, right?
Yeah.
How did he build, or one, how does someone that has never built any boat before with his family that, God, it could have taken, I don't know, it shouldn't have taken as less than a week, like I said, or I don't know how long it said, but it should have took a lot longer for someone that never built a boat before to get sanded down and all that stuff to build such a big boat that one of every single animal could be on it. And another question is, how the hell did they not kill each other?
Yeah, so in regards to building a boat, I don't know how much time you think Noah had, but he had a lot of time. He had a lot more time than you think he probably would have had. He had. He had well over 100 years.
100 years? He was alive for more than 100 years?
Yeah. So the ark wasn't built on a Saturday when he was like, "Hey, let me just go ahead and put this thing together." It took a long
Well, no,
time.
I know that God told him to because he said he was going to flood the entire world.
Yeah,
but,
and then he gives the world 120 years to repent. And in that time, Moses is preaching and he's building the ark.
Oh, okay. So it took over 100 years. That makes a lot more sense. And what about like the animals not eating each other?
Yeah, that would just be like a act of God. It's God that moves them onto the ark.
An act of God?
Yeah.
So they just don't eat for however long, and they don't
they could
shit and stuff. It's just a clean boat for however long the flood was.
They can tend to the boat. You can still tend to the boat. Like when they transport animals today, they can still tend to the boat. You can keep the animals separate. They have places for the animals, so you don't just have them all running around.
No.
So it's a pretty big boat, but don't think of it like every single, like if you got chihuahuas, you got Rottweilers, you got don't think of it like that. So it says
no. I know it's dogs and monkeys and that, like the generic stuff, not like everything.
Exactly. So you could just keep them separate. Like that's a good example, like a zoo. You ever been to a zoo?
Yeah, I've been to a zoo, but there's no way the ark is that big to fit two. Was it 2 or 1 of every single animal? Like
just 2 of each kind.
Yeah, that means it's 2 of. It's not zoo has every single animal, by the way, and that's like whatever. I don't, but like that's like every single animal.
Huh. Here, let me see. I'll try to put it in terms that you understand.
I understand that's a very big boat, but like you're trying to say that the boat is like bigger than a goddamn man. Like
It's bigger than what?
like I don't know.
Like the
I
arc,
don't know how to put
the
it. Like
arc is like almost the size of 2 football fields.
that cannot fit of two things. I'm sorry. Zoos are bigger than 2 football fields.
Yeah, so if you just put them in, it could very easily fit them. Yes.
Yeah, but you said they could go into different spaces. So how the hell could one fit all the animals when only being 2 football fields and have different spaces for each animal so they don't eat each other?
Yeah, so you just put them in the allotted space. Like, what do you? I don't understand. What's the confusion?
The confusion is that you're saying that's 4 football fields, right? Or 2 football fields. I meant. That's what I meant.
Okay.
2 football fields, and there's still enough room for their own little cubbies and all those animals. Like, I don't think you realize how much animals there are.
I don't think you realize that what you know as big animals are a small percentage of animals. Most animals are going to be around the size of a small dog or smaller. You have you have very few animals that are going to be bigger than like the size of a dog.
Very few.
Yeah. Most animals aren't like the size of elephants and giraffes. You understand that, right? We call those big animals for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So most animals aren't that size. So I don't understand what's the confusion.
All right. So that makes a little bit more sense. A little bit more sense that they're not that big and wide and stuff. But like, do you realize some animals are not just big, but they're like they take up a lot of like space, I guess? Like, I feel like just the big animals carry up one of that football field, right?
No. What is
Yes.
what are you doing? All right, hold on. So look. What are you talking about, dude? All right. So
How much big animals do you think there are? There's not just like 5 of them. There has to be like
has to be like what?
can
Can you name can you name 5 big land
what are you
animals?
considering big animals? Like
Whatever you consider a big land animal that takes up one space of football field by itself. Can you? I want you to name.
No,
5.
I never said one animal.
You did. That's exactly what you said. That's exactly what you said.
I said all of the like combined carry up one at least. One? No, one. That's atrocious. I did
That's
not
what you
say
said,
one.
though.
All right, that's not what I meant. Then I meant one, like all the big animals. That's what I meant.
All right, name a couple.
Name a couple. All right, so we
Yeah.
got the basics. We got giraffes. We got elephants. I would say tigers are pretty big animals. I would say.
All right, you see, all right, you see how you've gone from 12 feet and above to now about 5 feet on all fours. You see
5 feet. They are not 5 feet. On their hind legs, they're pretty tall.
Do they walk around on their hind legs?
I don't know. You said big animals. They're pretty big, dude. Have you ever seen tiger? They're pretty big.
Yes, I've seen a tiger. They don't walk around on their hind legs though.
But you're talking about big animals, and I said a big animal.
Bro, are you trolling?
No. I am not a troll, dude.
So you understand that like they're not walking around, so they're walking around on all fours, bro.
I know that, but you said name 5 or as much big animals as I can.
So
right?
you see how you could have 2 elephants.
Benny, shut up.
You can have 2 elephants. Like, bro, in all honesty, have you ever seen a football field?
Oh my god. Hold on, give me a second. Alright, you're saying?
Have you ever seen a football field?
Yeah, I have seen a football field.
Okay, you don't think you could put 2 elephants like and only take up half of the end zone? The
No.
end zone.
Uh, no, I believe that it could. It could. I feel like it could do like if you're talking about own little cubbies too. I feel like it could do a full end zone. It needs some space to move. It can't be cramped up. It can't be cramped up. You know?
I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, is that
Bro,
it? Here.
the elephant
I would
can't be
just
cramped up.
here. I'm gonna just tell you they can fit. Like logistically, they can fit, and then God can appease them.
Appease them.
Yes. So like they can chill out. They could be asleep for all the time. Like
Asleep. Asleep.
they can be.
How long was the flood? Like,
It was a minute.
it was a minute. The flood was a minute long.
Bro, you gotta be trying to.
Bro,
You
that's
want me
what
to
he said.
move on?
All right, bro, you got it. You got it.
So it's not you bring up 2 quote unquote inconsistencies and they're not inconsistencies, bro.
It was. Someone said it was 40 days.
No,
Think
it
they
was
sleep
not
for
40
40
days. It wasn't 40 days. But
How long? You said it was a minute though. I
it
asked
was
you how long
it was a cool amount of time. You can look
Like
into
how
that
much?
if you want. Jesus,
It was
I
like
have a lot of
a couple
I have a
weeks,
lot
right?
of guess.
That's what I was saying, right?
It's a couple
Weeks,
years, a couple weeks. Uh,
right? See, how could they sleep for that long?
it wasn't 40. Nah, it rained 40 days, 40 nights, but the flood lasts longer.
See, like, how could they sleep for that long? Are we for real? They're not hibernating. Like what?
Okay.
You think elephants can hibernate?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna let you go. All right.
Wait, but I got one more thing though. I got one more thing.
What?
Like, do you believe that like the universe was just here forever? Do you think that's like reasonable?
I don't really care. You could think that it doesn't
No,
change
no, no. But
anything.
like, do you think that's like uh I don't know the word. Like, not. It's. Oh God, what's like? That's not like smart. I don't know how to say that. Like, that can't be true. That's what I meant.
That
Like,
the universe
it can't be
being
true.
here.
Yeah, forever. Like, it has to be created or it has to be made by something, right?
I mean, I think that there's evidence that points to that. Yeah,
What evidence?
you have different arguments, like either the Kalam cosmological argument or the teleological argument that like just goes pretty much that like either the universe has an end or intelligent design. There's an argument from like entropy as well that like if the universe was forever, then it would have been gone a long time ago, just by like mathematical calculations, which then plays into that it had a beginning. If it had a beginning, then some people will argue that it had a cause. It has a cause.
Well, no. I know that it was created because there's the Big Bang and everything like that. There's proof of that. There's photos of it. But like, what I'm trying to say is, how could this not? It's irrational for it to be to get like here forever, and God just made by nothing. Like,
What?
does that make like sense in any way? Like, who created God? Right? Who created God?
Yeah, so the thing is that God would be the necessary thing that is not created. So everything else would be what's known as contingent, or you could say created, for example. Right? God
Okay,
would be
so
the
God
thing
was.
that is not contingent. He is necessary.
So he's the only thing ever created, or not created, been here. He's the only thing that's ever been here forever, like eternity.
Yeah.
Do you realize how that sounds? Like if there is what? Yeah, let's just say God. If that can't be created for it's been here forever. Like you can't use if there's a painter or if there's a painting, there's a painter without putting like God into that picture. That doesn't make any sense. How could he just be here forever? Like
So even in your analogy, if there's a painting, there's a painter. Does that painter exist inside the painting?
well, no.
does that painter exist before the painting ever exists?
Yes.
Okay, so from the perspective of those who are painted, right, there would be something outside of the painting that existed before anything in their painted universe ever existed, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that so they're saying that for this painting to exist, it necessarily exists a painter that exists
Yeah.
outside of the painting, but caused the painting to exist.
So you're saying that there's a painter for the painter for the painting?
There's a painter for the painter for the painting.
You kind of just said paint a lot of times. I got me kind of confused.
I'm using your analogy, bro. I'm genuinely, I'm
No, because
trying.
I've heard a lot of people say that the reason why, like, the universe is created because if there's a builder, that means, or if there's a building, that means there has to be a builder. If there's a painter, there has to be a painter. If there's food, there has to be a cook. It's like it's not all that kind of stuff. And if you're saying that if whatever, that means God has to be in that analogy too.
No, it doesn't.
Why?
If you're, I don't know, like, if you're saying that God has to be in the analogy, meaning that he needs to be inside the painting, using your
I
analogy.
never said he had to be inside the painting. I'm saying that if me, right? I'm the analogy of the painting. My parents are the painters, right? If every single thing that's ever been in this universe was, you said, or a lot of other Christians say that it had to be created by the God, the painter, right? So in this analogy, God's the painting. That means there has to be a painter, right?
I don't know what you're trying to get at. Look, bro, like, you can believe that the universe is eternal for all I care. Doesn't matter.
Oh, I've never
God
said
would
that.
okay, if you don't believe that the universe is eternal and it had a beginning, then something began it. That's
It did. It was
okay.
from other matters, other universes.
You want to posit that, you would just be pushing the question back as to either what sustains those things or whatever. So there's different arguments to how we could conclude that God exists.
Different evidence.
There's different arguments that all go to show that God exists. I'm gonna let you go look into arguments for the existence of God.
Arguments? Is any of these arguments included by the Bible? Because I feel like if Bible's the only proof of God, like that's just atrocious.
No, like literally like almost none of them.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll let you look into that and then come back. All right.
Who the hell said there's what proof of other universes?
All right. Yeah, you could talk to them. Hello.
Hello, what's up?
Was my attitude disrespectful, chat? If it was, I'll try to be better.
What's up?
What's
Can
up?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Personally, for me, I cannot be a Christian because of the New Testament and its four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They are unreliable.
How do you know they're
It's
unreliable? Or by what standard are they
it's
unreliable?
the people who wrote those books are anonymous. Not all the people, the earliest people, the first people who wrote the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Where do you get that from?
Anonymous. It's a fact.
No, it's not. Where do you get that they're anonymous from?
Who's Matthew?
Matthew is a tax collector and a disciple of Jesus.
Yeah, and if you just Google fast, who is Matthew? He's anonymous. Matthew is just a name that was added by the
No, we have
maybe 1,000 years ago.
we have the writings of the disciples that literally say who these people are. We know exactly who wrote the Gospels.
Yeah, and those people that we know are like 500, 1,000 years after Jesus.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No, really, you can put on Google if you want. You can see that.
I can guarantee you. I can give you somebody less than 300 years before Christ saying Matthew wrote Matthew, Mark wrote Mark, Luke wrote Luke, and John wrote John. I can guarantee it.
I don't think you will be able to
Do
do
you want
that.
me to
Like,
show you?
yeah, let's
Okay.
try with
Yeah.
Mark or Matthew.
Yeah. You could go to
Let's see.
from Matthew, you can go even earlier into the first century, but for all four, you could go to Against Heresies by Irenaeus, book 3, chapter 1. You want me to pull it up for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come to Against Heresies, book 3, chapter 1. So it says, Matthew also written a gospel among the Hebrews in their own dialect, while Peter and Paul were preaching at Rome and laying the foundations of the church. After their departure, Mark, the disciple and interpreter of Peter, did also hand down to us in writing what had been preached by Peter. Luke also, the companion of Paul, recorded in a book the gospel preached by him. Afterward, John, the disciple of the Lord, who had leaned upon his breast, did himself publish a gospel during his residence at Ephesus in Asia.
Yeah, and that was my argument. Like, if you see that you show me Mark, Luke, and Matthew, like you said, but what's the sure name of Luke? Who's Luke? Luke what? Luke, what his name? Like the full name of Luke, the full name of Matthew.
What do you mean the full name? Like
Like
his
like
last
like
name?
Matthew is just a name
They
that was
didn't
added
they didn't do
300 years after.
brother. They didn't have last names back then.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean like last name. I mean like Matthew, son of Peter. Matthew, son, they had
It-
they
It's
they had
you can
a sure
literally
name like
yeah you
like
can
they
you can
knew.
literally see that. What do you need the surname? It's literally telling you who Matthew is, who Luke
No,
is,
it doesn't
who
tell us who
Mark is.
exactly Matthew is. Like, we don't know who Matthew was married to, how many kids he had.
Matthew wasn't married. He didn't have
How do you
kids.
know? How do you know?
Because the only one that was married among the disciples was Peter.
Okay, and okay, Peter again. Peter who? Like, who's Peter? Like, we don't know really who Peter was. Like, really, we don't
Yeah,
know
we
if
do.
Peter existed. We just know
we
that
know-
somebody wrote.
No, we
about
know for
Peter.
sure. No, we know for sure that Peter existed. We know when Peter died.
Okay, when Peter died, can I just tell me? I will Google it after.
Yes, in I think 65 AD or 66 AD.
Okay, I will put it in my notes. So
Okay.
I'll look it up about him. Okay, and I want to talk about a little bit about Paul. Like Paul never met Jesus in his life, physically never met Jesus. Why will we believe anything that Paul had to say about Jesus?
So wait,
Why?
are you saying that if someone hasn't physically met Jesus, then we should automatically throw out whatever they say about Jesus?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Not everything, but it will be very unwise to follow somebody who never met him. You know? That's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Hey,
Like
hey, you know what? You know what, Vidal? I feel you, as a matter of fact. Quick question.
Yeah.
Did Muhammad physically meet Jesus?
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Should we follow Muhammad?
What do you say?
Should we follow Muhammad?
If he didn't meet Jesus? No, but Muhammad, it's a little bit different. Like, you know, took a prophet. Like,
What you mean is different. You said if somebody did not physically meet Jesus, we should not follow what they say.
Yeah. Like for me, I believe that Jesus existed. I believe that Jesus existed 100%. I believe it.
Hmm.
I believe that Moses existed, but I don't believe that what Paul had to say in his book was right. Like I cannot take Paul's
Brother,
information
we don't
like
need to
right.
talk about Paul at all. We don't have to.
Why? It's important. Like many Christian are following what
Here, if you're
Paul's
saying that
teachings.
if you're saying that Paul is not reliable because he
Mm,
did not physically meet Jesus when Christ was
yes,
alive, then you
yes.
have to hold that same standard for Muhammad.
Not if you believe he's a prophet. Like that's different.
Why would I
That's
believe that he's a prophet if he says things about Christ that I
no.
wouldn't hold as reliable?
No. If I'm gonna talk about you, like I'm talking about me personally, because I believe he's a prophet. First of all, if I want to explain for you why you will believe, I need to explain you why Prophet Muhammad is a prophet, and that is a different discussion. Like for you, I think he's not a prophet. That's why for you, yeah, I can understand what's your argument, but for me, he's a prophet. Like for me, it's a little bit easier from you.
So
But
hold on,
for example,
wait. How are you
yes.
figuring out when to apply this standard and when not to apply this standard?
No. Because if I'm gonna apply my standard to you, I need to explain to you why why Muhammad was a prophet, a real prophet. Like that's a different discussion. If I will be
Okay,
able to
here.
confuse you, you will
So
think like me.
here. One, I'm not even going to argue that Paul met Jesus, right? Because there's arguments for that. Now,
Okay.
we can talk about Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, James, Jude,
Yeah.
all of these people who walked with Christ on a daily. They all attest to things that goes directly against the Quran. They're saying the same thing. They say that Christ is
Yes.
God. They say that he died. They say that he rose from the dead.
It's if you look up very early church fathers, not many of them believed teachings of Matthew or
Name
Jesus
one.
of Luke. They had disagreements between
Name
each other.
one.
They
Name
had.
one. Name one.
To be honest, I cannot name one because I had my notes like somewhere. If you, I will have need like 5-10 minutes to
You
look
got
it up.
a quote?
Wait.
Something? Who didn't believe that Christ was God, that he died and rose again? Who didn't believe that?
If you just look at the Bible, you can see different ways how Jesus died. Like some places it say he was hanged. Some places say he was stabbed. Some places said he was crucified. Like
Every
even the
single one
Bible.
of those happens at the crucifixion. He is hanged on
If
a
you look,
cross. He is
yeah,
stabbed
I
on
think
the
that.
cross. Every single one of
Yeah,
those
but
happens at the crucifixion.
okay, I would really think like you said, if everything was written like in the real order, like in the same verse, like first he was crucified, then he was stabbed, then he was hanged. But when you see in different places, different books, different variations, like you start to think like, why?
Do you know what
Why will
crucifixion
God?
is?
Yeah, when we will hang on the. I cannot explain. I know what crucifixion is. I know what it is.
Hang on the what?
On the cross.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if Jesus is crucified, is he hanging at the same time that he's crucified?
Look, hanging. It could be like hanging from the neck. How you know? But how do you know?
Hey,
Like it doesn't say he was hanging from a.
if he's crucified, is he
Yeah,
hanging at the same time?
yeah. It could be. It could be that he's hanging on the cross, but the
Okay.
verse will say that. Why would not the verse say that he was hanging on the cross? He was stabbed after the cross, or before the cross, or at the cross.
It
Why
says
will
that
it
he
be?
stabbed on the cross. It literally says that.
Okay, I never read anything about he was stabbed at the cross. At the cross, I know he
Do you
was
want to
stabbed.
see it?
Yeah, if you can show me, I will really
Okay.
appreciate that. I would like to see.
Okay. Go to John chapter 19. That's talking about the crucifixion. All right. So, since it was the day of preparation, and so that bodies would not remain on the cross on the Sabbath. Remember, you said crucifixion is when somebody is hanged on the cross, right? For Sabbath was a high day. The Jews asked Pilate that their legs might be broken so that they might be taken away. So the soldiers came and broke the legs of the first and the other who had been crucified with him. But when they came to Jesus, they saw he was already dead. They did not break his legs, but one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and at once there came out blood and water. He who saw it has borne witness. His testimony is true, and he knows that he is telling the truth, that you may also believe. So you see how Jesus is on the cross and then he's stabbed?
What verse is this?
John chapter 19,
John.
verse 34.
Okay.
You see how he's on the cross and then stabbed?
Yeah.
Okay. So exactly what you were looking for, there it is. Right? It's almost like God wrote it just for you.
Yeah, but when you look at synoptic of Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, they don't mention the spear at all. Like, that's very weird. If you look at Matthew, Mark, and Luke,
What's
they
weird
don't
about
mention,
that?
like, they don't mention the spear.
So here,
That
after I
stab.
go,
It's very
after I
weird.
go live, I sit here and my fiance will ask me, "Hey, how was live?" I could probably talk to about 8 people, but I could probably only tell her about 1 or 2 conversations. Now, that doesn't mean that I didn't have those other conversations. It just means that the thing that I wanted to highlight to my fiance, the thing that I felt was worth talking about, was the 1 or 2 conversations. So the things that the people in the Gospels are highlighting are the things that they feel are important. But it doesn't mean that those things did not happen.
I hear you. I understand what you tell me, but for me, that's the thing that make me very like suspicious of what, like, it's why it's like that. Why will not God, like, if Jesus was God, why will he not just make it very simple, like very simple,
So you're saying that
without
if the same account says something different in 2
different?
different places, then like you wouldn't really trust that?
Not trust 100%. I will
You
look
would
at
question it?
and I will question it. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Do you question the Quran at all?
If I find something, yeah, I will question it. But
You want me to show you something like this in the Quran?
like, if you want, but it's not about this discussion. If you, I don't like, you feel you're the host. If you want to do it, do it.
Here. Okay, for sure. Appreciate you, Brady. So you could go to here. I'll pull it up for you. As a matter of fact.
Yeah.
You come to chapter 20, verse 11, or verse 10 and 11. Hold on, let me get rid of the rest of these. Chapter 20, verse 10 and 11. And then also, we'll cross-reference there. I'm going to pull up both for you at the same time. $28. Okay. So here. So it says here, when he saw a fire, he said to his family, "Stay here. I have noticed a fire. Perhaps I can bring to you an ember from it or find some guidance by the fire." So when he came to it, he was called, "O Musa, it is me, your Lord. Remove your shoes. You're in the sacred valley of Tua." Right?
It's God speaking with him. Yeah.
God is speaking, saying, "It is me, your Lord," right? Okay.
From the fire. Yeah.
All right. Now, in chapter 28, verse 30, it says, when he came to it, he was called by a voice coming from the side of the right valley, and it blessed the ground, says, "O Musa, I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds." So, which one is it? Did he say, "It is me," or did he say, "I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds"? Did he ever say that he's the Lord of the world?
Like, what's the problem?
So one says, it is me.
it
Remove
is
your
me,
shoes.
your
You're in
Lord.
the sacred valley of Tua.
Yeah, it
The
is me, your Lord. It says.
it is
It
me,
says
your Lord.
your
So
Lord.
remove
Yeah,
your
so
shoe.
remove your shoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other says that he says, "O Musa, I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds."
So when he came to it, he was called by a voice coming from outside the right valley in the place ground from the tree, saying, "Almost, I am Lord of Lord." Yeah.
Which one is it?
So you mean like that? Yeah. The context of this verse is like Musa was returning from with his family at the night. Yeah, in the cold dark, in the dark, and then yeah, he saw a fire, and
It's the same context. It's the same story. You see how Allah is
yeah,
saying different things? Why is Allah telling the same story differently?
I'm reading it on my computer. That's why I'm reading the verse because my phone is too small. I cannot see your screen. Yeah. So when Musa approached, he found it was not an ordinary fire, but it was a light.
I don't
The
care
burning
what I'm not worried about what he saw. I'm saying you see how Allah, the same story is being talked about, but Allah says that he says something different. And one he says, I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds. The other one he says, it is me, your
it's me,
Lord.
your
So
Lord.
remove your shoes. Now he doesn't ever say why he don't say these things. He says, I am Allah, the Lord of the worlds.
Yeah,
Or he
but
says, it is me, your Lord.
so you mean just because he didn't say the same thing 2 times? Yeah, so that's the logic you apply on the
So wait,
spear.
hold on, wait. You're saying that just because Allah doesn't say the same thing 2 times
Yeah,
doesn't mean that it's not reliable?
I understood your argument. So your argument is like the spears is the same thing. Just because the spears was not talked about at Matthew, that's why it's like it's not. I understand. I understand your argument. I understand your argument.
So you understand that doesn't
I
mean
understand what
that.
you mean.
Okay, so now you see that it's not unreliable and it doesn't show to be unreliable.
Like it doesn't mean they didn't show me like it's not unreliable, but it's like just you can question it. You know that you can like.
Oh, do you
Like,
question this? Why Allah don't know what he said? He don't remember?
no. But the things is the Quran is one like only one book. Like everything says it. Like if everything like if you Christians had only John, book of John, and it will say he was hanged and nothing more. Okay, then I will say okay. Then it's 100% like this is what
I
happened.
need you to explain to me why Allah doesn't remember what he said.
No, Allah talks in one book, in one Quran. So everything you see, it's at the same, like in the same order, in the same order, in the same book. I don't need,
What does
like,
that
if
have
you
to
will
do with
now
it? That has nothing to do with anything.
look, for example, if you now will pull out a hadith book that talk about the same situation and will talk about like it will not mention the fire, it will mention something else. Then you can give me an argument like, bro, I think Quran is unreliable. Why hadith say this and Quran says this? You know, that's the problem I have with Matthew and John. Because John talking about one thing and Matthew talking about the same thing, but not in the same detail, you know? Like, I'm not saying that
So
Matthew
wait, hold on. Is Allah talking about the same thing, just not in the same detail?
He's talking about the same story. It's the same story.
But not in the
You
same.
can...
But he doesn't use the same details.
No, he don't the same detail as like he don't repeat himself 2 times. Like he don't repeat the same word every time because it's the same story in one book. It's not 2 books. You know, you're not reading another verse from another book that talks about the same thing. It's one book that talks about the same situation. You know what I mean? Or I'm very unclear.
Nah, bro. Because I
Do
don't
you know
understand.
what?
I don't
Do you
understand why.
know?
I understand why one is unreliable, And then as soon as it gets flipped back on you, all of a sudden it's still reliable for some arbitrary standard that I've set for myself so I could keep my faith.
What I mean that Matthew and John are two different books that talks about
What does that have to do with anything, bro?
yeah, that talks about the same scenario. The example you gave me, it's from one book, only one book. If you will show me two different Qurans that talks about the same thing, I would then you could call it unreliable. But with the Quran, you cannot do that because it's one book. Like it's different.
What, bro? In what you believe, this is literally Allah speaking to creation, right? He's speaking
at the
to
same
you, and he's telling the same story differently.
differently at the same book. No, he doesn't say. Yeah. But when he says
This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that Allah doesn't remember what he said.
No. He said
Prove me wrong. Allah does not remember what he initially said to Moses.
No,
and my evidence is chapter 20 and chapter 28. Allah does not remember what he said to Moses.
No, because like you showed me, first he said, "It's me, your Lord." Then another time he say,
"This ain't no other time.
Lord."
This is the same exact time."
Yeah, exactly the same time. He say, "It's me, your Lord," and then he clarified himself and says,
"Where you get that he clarified? Where do you get that he clarified himself?" I'm saying that Allah just don't remember what he said.
No, why will you think that he say the same thing two times?
Yeah, because he's just recalling the story.
Yeah. For example, if I'm calling you from a distance, I say to you, hello, John, and you look back, and you look at me, hello, John, it's me, your friend. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I told you, hello, John, then when you look at me, I tell you, hello, John, it's me, your friend. Like, what's the problem with that? Like, if I tell you two times, and I clarify myself who is me.
What?
Like Moses, when he heard first time who it was, it's me, your Lord. Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? So the question is, why aren't you... Sorry for my bad English, I'm French, but I'll try. So I'm not Christian because I don't have a reason to be, and I do think the Bible is like a demonstration of the morals of people before us.
What do you believe?
And not a word of God. What do you mean?
What do you believe?
I believe on that matter we don't know.
So, do you believe that God exists?
Well, I'm agnostic on that. I think we don't have the capability to know currently.
Okay, so you don't know whether or not God exists. You're agnostic.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't believe in the Bible because you don't think it's reliable, you say?
Not necessarily reliable, but I think it's a good testimony of the morals of people before. Like I don't think it's from a perfect being, and I think yeah, that's
well,
it.
I think that there's good arguments to go to show that God exists.
What arguments?
I like the argument for motion. I like the Deontay argument.
Yeah, sure. We can go if you want on like metaphysics and just like try to think of that. But I don't think fundamentally you can prove your premises, so it doesn't really matter. Like,
why can't I prove my premises?
Well, for example, like, what argument do you want to show me in like metaphysics?
Like, I mean, we could
to
just
prove me God.
Like the argument for motion.
You want to run it? Like, you want to try?
Sure. Change exists. By change, we mean the actualization of potential. A potential cannot actualize itself, but it must be acted upon. Therefore, whatever is moved or changed is changed by something else. This leads to a chain of actualizers, each depending on the thing prior to it to actualize its potential. This chain cannot go on forever. Therefore, it must be finite and terminate in a first. this first actualizer must be something that is purely actual, that is not moved by anything external to it. A being that is of pure actuality is what we mean by God. Therefore, God exists.
Sure, but this argument seems to me a bit like a special pleading for God. Um, I don't see where you would like give God the ability to be like exterior to that principle, but then not like concede that, for example, universe could be eternal in that sense.
You said not what?
Well,
How is it
my
special pleading?
special pleading because you're you're using God as this like necessary being, sorry. And you think so. How do you logically explain the existence of God in the sense that if he's necessary, do you think he like it's a property of him to be eternal, just and you give him that property because
Yeah,
he had because
we can just deduce the things that like the attributes of this being by it being purely actual and not having any passive potency. So what the argument is going to show is that there is this being that exists that is purely actual, and we say that a being that is purely actual is what we mean by God. That's our definition for God. Therefore, since we're proving that this purely actual being exists, we would say that God exists. And then we can go to show the attributes of this being and how it aligns with a classical theist definition of God by it being purely actual.
yeah. And why can't the universe be eternal?
Eternal?
Yeah.
You could believe it. This argument doesn't the people who put together this argument don't believe that you can prove by reason that the universe is either eternal or not eternal. So you can hold that the universe is eternal. It doesn't change the argument because we're talking about right now. We're not talking about the beginning of the universe.
Well, yeah, but the universe could be the necessary thing.
No, because the thing that we're
Wait.
talking about is a being that is purely actual, which means that it doesn't have any passive potency or it is incapable of change. The universe changes, therefore it would not be the purely actual being.
Well, I could think, for example, like the like we could explain the first move of an eternal universe just by a process that we don't know. That's my point.
I'm saying that if the universe changes, like you're saying that it expands, it's composed of parts, um, it it changes, right? Things fall into existence and out of existence.
Wait, but it's not because there's contingent like things in the universe that the universe is contingent. There could be contingent thing in the universe, and we don't give that property to the universe.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like
saying that
you're not distinguishing.
no, there's
Yeah.
there's things that make up the universe, right?
Yeah, sure, but
Okay,
the
so
properties of the things that make the universe don't transfer to the universe.
yeah, that's fine. So here, what's your definition of universe?
So it would be like the I know in French, like it's the ensemble of the. Let me think. Just it's like the. Wait, let me search up. How do you say ensemble? Ensemble in English. Together, in a body, like it's a whole. It's a set of things that like a set of. It's just everything basically.
Exactly. The
Everything,
universe
like that composes the.
exactly. So this purely actual being would not have the ability to be composed, nor would it have the ability to be material. Because a purely actual being would not have material, because material implies potency, and this being doesn't have potency. So
Okay,
it
but
wouldn't
can
be
you
the
define
universe.
like purely actual?
Yeah, purely actual means that it doesn't have what's called passive potency or the ability to be acted upon. Right? So there's nothing that can change said thing.
Why does the universe need to have passive potency? I don't understand that point.
Yeah, so
You're just giving the property of contingency to the universe, but you have no proving that's
you
Uh,
gave a definition of the universe of these things that compose a set of things that compose a thing to make it the universe, right? These
sure,
things
but I
that
don't know the properties of the universe.
okay, these things that compose it, are they material?
Well, I don't know everything that composes the universe
Some
by
of the
definition.
things. Some of the things.
Yeah, some can be
Okay,
contingent.
so I'm sticking to a very easy point
Well,
with just
actually,
materiality.
if I try to poke in the like the premises, I could go under like how it's determinism to say like, for example, when you say things are contingent, you mean like things are created in a sense, like for example, a chair is contingent because it could have been not a chair. But I could say, like, how do you define something becomes something? Like, if you
No, so
take the
here, this is what I'm saying. So if it doesn't have passive potency, if this being were material, then it would be
yeah,
composed of form and matter, right?
mm-hmm.
Which entails potentiality because those forms and matter can be rearranged. This being, this purely actual being, does not have that potential.
Why?
Therefore, it is not material. So if anything in the universe has material, or the universe is composed of something that is material, it would not be this purely actual being.
Well, I could replace this purely actual being with like basically everything I want. Like you like it's a like logical leap to say that's God.
No,
Or you
no,
need
so
to
we
prove
can go
attributes.
to show the attributes, and then you can tell me whether or not that's God or not. But either way it goes, even before we get to the attributes, a being that is purely actual is what we mean by God. That's
So
what
do
we
you think
mean when we say God.
sure? Do you think an actual being is logical?
When we say being, we're saying so far we're saying that there's something that exists.
Yeah, but eternally, if it's
Do I
purely
think it's
actual.
logical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's logical that something purely actual has a first motion? So has like,
What do you mean has a first motion?
well, if he created things, he needs to like. Do you think it has intentions?
Intentions?
Yeah. Do you think the being, like the pure being or this actual being has intention?
Like what? Like what do you mean by
Well,
intention? Like does it have a will?
well, it created the earth, right? So it needs to do actions. It
Like
has to
does it
do
have a,
actions.
like if you're asking if it has a will, then yeah, it has a will. But we can go to show that it has like an intellect and power, so it can make decisions. But it doesn't make decisions the way in which we would say, like we would make decisions. Like it doesn't deliberate. It doesn't go from a place of not knowing to knowing. So like,
Okay, but if it's perfect, so you think everything it produces is perfect?
I mean, its original state, sure.
So, do you think it can choose what it produces?
Yeah, it has that capacity. So here, what
Well,
I want to make sure is that, because what a lot of I think atheist agnostic like to do is that when we run through the
mhm.
argument for motion, let's say, okay, we could grant that there's this purely actual being, but we don't want to necessarily say that that's God. Now, are you granting that there is
Yeah.
this purely actual being, but you want to understand the attributes of how we get it to be God?
To be honest, I think like it's hard to reason it for me when I like I can't reason it in my own language. So
So
like to
here,
go on these deeper
so here,
metaphysical.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. You can tell. We could take it step by step. You could tell me which premise you disagree with.
Yeah. Well, I like. Okay, so you do go from the premise that like the universe as a whole has to be contingent,
I
right?
don't. I never mentioned the universe once in my premises.
Okay, so you're just talking about like the first move in that like
I'm saying
state.
change exists. I define what change is. This leads to a chain of actualizers that can't go on forever, but has to terminate in a first. This first is something that's purely actual. Otherwise, it would be a part of the chain that we're talking about, can't go on forever. A being that is purely actual is what we mean by God. Therefore, God exists. That's all I'm saying. Never bring up the word universe.
Okay, sure. I mean, I can like we can go to the attributes if you want, if I grant that premise, but
So, all right. So there's nothing in the argument that you disagree with. So there is this purely actual being that exists.
honestly, I don't have like I don't have the baggage to argue on that. I think so.
Well,
I think
I
it
don't
comes
want
down
to.
to
I don't want to move on. Then
well, I'm saying I don't have the baggage to argue that.
that's fine. I would say look into the argument, or tell me what you don't understand, so we can figure out how to communicate that better.
So, well, I do have like I would be curious to talk about the Bible. Like I was a Christian before. I was raised Christian, and I do think like the Old Testament in particular, it reflects a morality that for me like it's not logical to come from a perfect being. I think you have like instances of like pure genocide in the Bible. You have um, slavery. Sure, you could say like it's for the context, but I don't think the context is a good reason to say slavery was moral at that time and God permitted it. I think it's
That
not
might
logical.
so that might be a little bit too much baggage for you to understand. So,
I don't think so, no matter.
well, we don't know because we started talking about the existence of God, and when it got to the conclusion that God existed, all of a sudden it was a little bit too much baggage for you to understand. Now we're gonna
No,
go into theology, which has
it's
a lot
because
more which has a lot more baggage than that. So I don't want to just further continue to confuse you or put you in situations that you don't necessarily understand and won't
I'm
be
not.
able to flourish. So I'll let you go ahead, look into the argument from Motion more. There's a lot of literature in French
Wait.
that you can read, and then we could talk later. Okay.
Okay, well, sure.
God bless you, man.
Boy, you just cooked him.
Appreciate you.
You just cooked him.
Appreciate you, bro. What's up, bro? How you been, bro?
But I
Cool. You still in your place, or you got kicked out?
ain't gonna lie. I just found another job like Tuesday.
Hey, man. Where? Like doing what?
Bro, it's another little low end company.
Okay, cool.
It ain't nothing too serious.
Hey, man. Praise
Yeah.
God for that. You got a car yet?
Boy riding a bike.
Hey, bro. I respect the hustle, bro. I respect the hustle.
Yeah.
For sure, bro. I'm glad you're doing good, though, bro. God bless you, man.
Yeah, I'm doing alright.
You just coming up here just to talk, though. I'm not. I'm not in it just for fruitless conversations, bro.
It's a real fruit conversation.
No, it's not, bro. It ain't never a fruitful conversation. You just come up here because you want to talk. It's cool.
No, you real articulate. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
you.
What? Okay, so we already agreed on that.
You could, hey,
Okay.
how about this, bro? You just like, hey, you ask me how I'm doing. I'll sit here and I'll tell you, and then you be like, all right, bro, cool catching up with you, and you can bounce. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so watch this.
All right.
So um how have your ministry been?
I don't know. I think it's been good. I pray so. I pray that I'm doing what God's called me to do, or at least articulating His gospel in a way in which He wants me to articulate it, and I'm doing it with love. Sometimes I fail, and I pray that He has like mercy on me for that. And I just try to get better every day.
Amen. So are you okay, so are you do you only use your platform to debate and to prove your truth, or are you evangelizing?
I mean, it'll be both, right? So like, it's not just my truth. I would say it's the truth. It's that which is true, right?
He's an apology. He's an apologist. He ain't doing no evangelism. He's an apologist. He defends the faith. Amen. Can I get an amen in the comments?
Amen.
Thank you. All right. We'll go.
Nah,
Okay.
but
Uh,
yeah. So I mean, I don't know if my channel is all about that. But yeah, so I use it. People can ask questions or whatever. A lot of people, they aren't Christians because there's questions that hasn't been answered, or there's things that they haven't understood. So if we can knock that barrier down in between them and salvation, through the gifts that God has given us, then yeah, I would dedicate my time to that. So I would say that that's what I try to dedicate my time to in regards to this live.
so do you believe that you have the full revelation of God?
I believe that we have the full revelation in regards to that which is revealed right now. Yeah. So that which is revealed in his scripture through his church, I can read that which has been revealed.
And so, do you?
Hey, can I get to somebody that's not a believer, bro? He just over here coming up with questions, bro. I'm gonna get to somebody that's not a believer. All right, bro. God bless you, bro.
All right, bro, peace.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Are you cool, bro?
Yeah, why?
You breathing hard.
Yeah, I just got done working out.
Oh, okay. What's up? Are you Christian?
No.
Why not?
It's kind of first I just think it's a, how do you say in a nice way? I think it's a religion of pacifists and a religion of weakness.
Why you say that?
I mean, well, look, there's a certain mindset I think that comes with, especially like Black Christians. They're always so like pacified.
Pacified.
Yeah, it's the most pacified people,
Mm.
I think. I think that we can judge people by the fruits of their labor. I think the messaging can be good, but at the same time, it's Black people were given it by slave masters. So
Well, I would disagree with that.
I mean, you can't disagree with the fact.
It's not a fact.
It is. You're only Christian because you're in America. You're only in America because of slavery.
Well, no, you don't. What if I was Native American? First, second, there was black people who believed in Christ well before slavery.
Yeah, the Assyrian who brought it to Ethiopia. I know that, but I'm talking about like Black Americans here.
Yeah, so these people had access to Christianity long before the slave trade.
But they were not Christians though.
Yes, they were.
West Africans were not Christians before slavery.
There were some West Africans that were slavery, but if you actually look into the history,
I have looked into it.
if you look into the history as to where these slaves come from, they actually go from being sold from Northern Africa and Eastern Africa over into the West. So they actually are sold and they migrate from Northern Africa, Eastern Africa over to the West. So these people have contact with Christianity.
Okay, but majority were not Christians that came here. That's just a fact.
Where do you have the creeds of the slaves?
I mean, yeah, it's documented. Most of the
Like
slaves
what?
that came here were not Christians. This is just a fact.
Okay, we're here. Show me the creed of the slaves that you're talking about, where it says that hey, we are not Christians.
Are you debating that they were Christians?
No, I'm not. But I'm saying that
You are though.
You're
If
making a
you're going to
statement.
debate the obvious, like you're
No,
debating
you're
the
making
obvious. They were
you're
not
making
Christians.
the statement that most of them are not, right?
Yeah,
Nor
most
did
of
they
them were
have
not.
any contact with Christianity.
I'm not saying didn't have any contact. What I'm saying is they were not Christians. It was forced upon them in
Are
mass
there
by coming to America, and that's just a fact.
that
I'm not going
I
to
would
debate if
no,
there's a
it's not.
sun.
I would no,
Is
it's
there a
not.
sun outside? Yes, there's a sun.
No, I would say that
Right.
you're incorrect. I do not believe that slaves were taught Christianity. I don't think that the things that was imposed to them by the slave masters was Christianity. I believe
Then
that
what
if
was
we
it?
hold on, I believe that if we look at the scriptures that was given to them, majority of the Bible was taken out. That is not Christianity. They were robbed of Christianity.
I mean, but
And then
it was the Christians who were doing it though.
is people who call themselves Christians, that doesn't mean that they're Christians. So
Yes, it does.
if I'm taking about 70% of the book that teaches Christianity out of the book and then giving it to you and saying I'm giving you Christianity, that would be false. It would be a lie. They're not giving me Christianity. And that's why we see slaves who get their hands on the full Bible and read the full thing, then go on to rebel.
Isn't that funny that you're deciding who is a Christian when they call themselves Christians?
No, I don't get to decide
So
that.
when
Christ
slavers
does.
say I am a Christian, I take their word for it. So if enslavers say, "Hey, I am a Christian doing this," I say yes, that is a Christian doing this.
Yeah,
It's not up to you or the
When
people
George
who are.
Zimmerman says I'm not, when
See,
George
can I
Zimmerman
finish?
says,
Can I finish or no?
hold on, when
I
George
can't
Zimmerman
finish now. Okay, you just spoke for
when
2 minutes, but I can't finish. Okay,
when
go ahead.
George Zimmerman says I'm not a racist, you just take his word out that too, or do you look at his actions and say no, regardless of what this dude says, he is a racist?
I mean, that's different.
Why?
Well, first, I'm talking about a group dynamic. That's just one person. If a group does something and they have the group backing of saying, I am this group and we are doing this, I take that as truth. We are a group of Christians and we believe this and we do this. You guys don't give that same
You
credibility to Islam or Muslims that do that, right? You say call them jihadists. So I give you the
No,
same
that's
respect
not
that you give other
true.
people.
What are you talking about? That's not true.
It is.
No, that's not true. But here's the
You can't ignore the
here,
fact when they say I am a Christian and we do
Here's
this, and they do this.
here's the difference.
You are the
No,
person who is being subjective and trying to make
what
it
are you
seem
talking
like
about,
that
brother?
just
Brother,
because I don't agree with them calling
you
themselves
don't.
that
First
they
of
are
all,
not that.
you don't know what I say to Muslims
I
who
do know
commit
because you just said
awful
it.
acts. Secondly, even if it's one group, if it's one person, if it's a whole group, the Proud Boys would make proclamations and say that they're not racist. It wouldn't matter what they say. When we look at their actions, we can identify them as such. Now, Christianity and Christians are held to a standard, and if they
No,
don't
they're
meet,
not.
literally, the
You are
one
not held to the standard.
liter
Historically speaking, Christianity
what's
has never
Christian?
improved the
What is
world. How come, can I say something? How come every social movement is started by a progressive? It's never started by a Christian, so your religion is always far behind
who started the
social standards.
abolitionist movement?
And if your God, shh, can I finish?
No,
Let me
who
finish.
started the
And if
abolitionist
your
movement?
God is so smart and so transcending, wouldn't the best thing to say, well, I know the future because I am God, so I will put down on the 10 commandments, I'll make one more and say, don't do slavery. If your God is all knowing, then he should have done that, all right?
Hey, who started
Second,
the who
how
started the
come you're never
aboli-
ahead of the people?
who started the abolitionist movement? Who started charities, schools, church, all of that,
Churches, yes, I know.
hospitals? Who
Hospitals,
started?
it was like in the 1200s.
Who
The
started these?
last couple
Who
hundred
started these
years,
things?
Christianity's
Who
never really
started
been
these
ahead.
things?
And who's given so much
Who
murder to the world as
started
well?
these
And
things?
who's given so much murder to the world as well?
Hey! You're not answering the question.
Slavery.
Who started these things?
There's been hospitals since the dawn of time.
What? No.
Yeah.
What? What are you talking
European
about?
hospitals.
You
There's been doctors
are
since the
these
beginning of time.
Europeans Christians?
Yes, they are.
Oh, because Christians are the ones who go the things that you like about the world. Most of the things you like about the world, it was Christians who started those things.
No, it was not.
And
That's
in
just
regards to the
absurd.
movement,
There's been social
hold
morality
on.
since the beginning of
In
time
regards to
before
the
Christianity.
movement of slavery, it was Christians who started the abolitionist movement, not anybody else. It was Christians who did these things. You know why?
Hey, that's
Because
nice.
you know why? Because Christians are held to a standard to fight for justice, to treat those equally, or you are not a part of Christ.
Okay, so I can stab you and then say, hold on, I have a medical kit to heal you. See, I saved you. It doesn't matter when the entirety of your religion has been to a subjugation.
What are you
And your
talking
Christian
about?
brothers, the white Christian brothers, have been your enemy most of the time. And then you black Christians come in here and act like they're your buddies. You guys,
What
it's a religion of
are
pacifists.
you talking about?
How can you stab somebody with just slavery, right? It's a transatlantic slave
stabbing
trade. How can
anyone?
you stab somebody and then say, well, we stopped it with the abolitionists? Well, they still did it for 300 years before.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, bro.
That's dumb.
Hey, be
I'm
honest.
gonna
Be
stab
honest.
you for a second.
Be
Then
honest. Be honest.
Here's the bandage.
Be honest, bro.
Are you fine now?
Be honest, bro.
See, I saved your life. Aren't you
Hey,
happy
bro.
I saved your life?
Bro,
Doesn't
bro.
make any sense,
I
buddy.
need you to be honest.
Okay.
Did you get any females in school?
Yeah, I got more than you. I fucked 50 girls and hooked up with 300.
I could tell that you didn't get no females because no person who got females would talk like
I
that.
fucked 50 girls. and I hooked up with
Absolutely don't
300.
do that. No,
Dude, you're a Christian, dude. I know you're a Christian. I know
exactly.
you're gonna get any
I
pussy,
can
dude.
tell. I can tell.
I fuck more girls than you, dude. Come on, man. Look at you. You have glasses, my nigga. You're wearing a Boondock shirt.
Hey.
Nigga. Who are you trying to act like you get hoes?
Hey,
Christian
bruh.
niggas don't get hoes.
Man, hey,
That was the
I can
baby's thing
tell
in
by the
school, nigga.
panic in your voice and how insecure you
Panic,
got
bro.
when I asked the question that and I can
I
tell
could
you
actually
why.
send you. I could
I
actually
can
send you
tell you
videos of me
why,
fucking hoes. Do you
bro,
want to see videos or no?
bro.
You want
I
to see any
can,
videos or no? Hold on. Do
I
you want
can
to see any
tell,
videos
I
or no?
can tell any dude that,
Yeah,
hey,
I thought so. I
any
thought so. I
dude
thought
that
so.
does all of this, any dude
I
that
thought
does
so.
all of
You
this
lost the debate,
does
so you're the
not get
resource at
any.
ad hominem
And
because
I'm
I get
not
more
saying
pussy
it
than you.
is. I'm not saying it's cool. I'm saying that
Wait,
the
wait,
way
wait.
you
Do you want to
talk.
speak to my Turkish wife? Hold on
I'm
a second.
saying.
Hold on a second.
I'm saying that the
Okay.
way in which you talk, the way in which you talk and present yourself, you're scaring them away, bro. Please have a conversation. That's what I'm trying to say. Just have a conversation. Relax. You came up here, you asserted a lot of things. I refuted you on your claims. Relax. You're getting scared. Okay, he doesn't even know. I don't know why. I don't know. Wicked.
Let me hear your girl now.
She in the chat.
Your girl.
My girl in the chat.
That's embarrassing, isn't it?
My girl in the chat. You see my ring on
Well,
my
your girl,
finger?
don't let me hear her. I showed you mine. Show me yours, pussy.
No one heard your girl, bro. You was
Hey,
muted
Tef,
that whole
talk.
time.
Okay,
Hey,
what do you
Tev,
want?
Hey,
talk.
Tef. How many girls did I get growing up? Hey, Tef.
I
How many
mean,
girls have I hooked up with?
easily hundreds.
Hey,
I
so,
mean,
That's
yeah,
more than what he said.
I've hooked up with hundreds. I fucked 50.
This
What about you, buddy? I know, man. It sucks. You're proving
is
that, right?
awful. This is so nasty.
Yeah, I know.
what's the conversation?
This loser Christian thinks he's mad because he doesn't get any hoes, and he looks like a loser. Look at him. And he said that, oh, you don't get any girls. 'Cause
I
killed
can
him.
tell.
I mean,
I killed him in a debate, so he's mad.
What'd you do?
He's a loser. I'm an engineer. I live in DC. What do you do?
What? But all right, you said that you worked out. That's why you're out of breath. You've been up
Yeah.
here for 11 minutes. You're still out of breath.
Yeah, because I'm walking and moving. I move when I talk.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're
Hey,
in the
Tef, how
best
often
of
do I work
shape
out?
to have these
five
conversations.
times easily. 5 times.
You have
Tef,
glasses.
You've
I'm a
worked
weight
out
room, right?
5
Yes,
times.
yes.
Good job,
Yeah,
buddy.
5 to 7 times a
I'm
week.
proud of you. You
Now,
work
what
out
do you do?
5
Listen
times.
to your wife.
Look at
She probably look like
you.
Precious, don't she? She
Look
big,
at
black, and
you.
ugly.
So you just racist.
Isn't she? She's big, black, and ugly, ain't she?
Nah,
Lame
man.
ass nigga. I
No.
killed you debate. I killed your life. My
It's just-
You got glasses on, you nerd. Such a nerd, dude.
This
This
dude.
dude has glasses. 4 eyes.
You say you hope she listening? I hope she's not, bro. She would go off on him.
Yo, bro.
But you got like 5 minutes, bro.
Oh my god, bro. Here we go. How you been, bro?
I've been chilling, bro.
That's good, man. That's good. That's good.
I ain't see you in the request game.
Well, look, bro. Look. Okay, let me just get this like straight first. Do you believe a mind created the universe? Do you believe a mind separate from the universe created the universe?
Sure. There's something outside the universe created the universe?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So yesterday you was talking about free will.
I wasn't live yesterday.
Or was it 2 days ago?
Oh, maybe. I was like, maybe you might be talking about somebody else.
No. You was definitely live. Like, when was the last time you was live?
I think
Oh,
2-3 days ago, something like that.
okay, yeah. It was then. We was talking about free will. And I think that under your worldview, like it's determinism. Like if God is the creator of the universe under your worldview, right? And he has foreknowledge of every decision. Remember when we was on live and you showed me that video of that anime when the baby was walking across the table and the people around the table knew that the baby will fall off the table if the baby continued. In that analogy, God would be the person that placed the baby on the table, right? So we ultimately would be able to blame God for everything.
Your problem though is not, oh, who do we place the blame? You're trying to say that you don't have the ability to choose. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Now,
Right.
even
We didn't.
regardless of who places the child on the table, the child still has the ability to choose to continue to crawl or to stop. That's
I
still
mean,
the child's choice.
that would be true only if we were able to travel back in time and choose something differently. We're not
What?
able to do that
No,
because think about it.
your choice is not, you having choice is not contingent upon you being able to have a redo.
Understand that everyone has choices. I get that you have
So,
choices, but
okay,
you're only able to pick one choice. You're only able to pick one thing, and the thing that you pick is the thing that you pick. And if
hey, you
someone has
spitting right now, bro. And
right,
you said you can only choose one thing, and the thing that I pick is the thing that I pick.
yes, that's it.
Ooh.
Like if I give you two doors, A or B, you're able to pick one door,
Mm.
right? If I place you in that room and I have
But what?
foreknowledge of the door that you're gonna pick,
But hold on though.
you're always gonna pick that door.
But hold on though. What if when I'm at the yogurt shop and they got the vanilla and the chocolate swirl, but then I do the middle that's half vanilla, half chocolate,
Mm.
and I got both of them.
Now he just chose two things at the same time.
I chose vanilla and chocolate.
Don't laugh it off, brother. That's a good
But it's funny.
objection.
You did. You chose two things, but you got one. Like option though.
Mm.
Like you got one thing though.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Like you like the one option that you picked was picking both ice creams at the same time.
Mm.
That was your option. Like that was the option that you picked was picking both ice creams.
Man.
Now, if God had foreknowledge that you were going to pick both ice creams, you were always going to pick both ice creams.
And so
I'm saying you don't have free will
I don't
yeah.
know how
So
you,
notice how you
because
said,
it's
hey,
determined that you are
can
always
God?
going to pick both ice creams. It's. I mean,
Yeah,
there
but you
may
notice
be
how you said that's what
there may
I'm
be
gonna
a
pick.
possible look. There may be a possible world where you pick either just vanilla or just chocolate, but you don't live in that reality. We live in this one, so I kind of look like time is linear, bro. Like, yes,
Bro, well,
I'm
as soon as
saying
you
for
say
real,
there's
bro.
a possible world where we pick something different, that
Yeah,
means
it's a possible
we
world
didn't
where you
have
pick
to
something
pick. We
different,
didn't have
sure,
to
bro.
pick that other thing.
But I'm
That means
right.
it wasn't necessary, right?
Right, but I'm saying though, like
Which is
you
what
only
free will is.
you only get one. You only get to like pick one option, bro.
so what do
Is
you
what I'm
think here?
saying.
What do you think free
when we
will
affirm
is?
when we affirm that free will exists, we're not saying that we can choose multiple options in this possible world. We're
I
just saying
think
that it's
free
possible that
will.
we could choose something else.
Did you hear what he said, Ro?
Wait,
Did I
say that
kind of?
again.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I said when we affirm that free will exists, we don't mean that you can choose multiple things in the sense that you're saying in the same possible world. Or sorry, in this actual world. We're just saying that there is a possible world where that does obtain, where we can choose something else.
All right. Okay. And under your worldview, God is the initial cause though of everything, right?
God is what?
God is the initial cause of everything. Like you feel the universe has a beginning,
Yeah, sure.
and the beginning is God, right?
Mhm.
God is the cause. So He intentionally made the universe.
Yeah, he made it on purpose. Mhm.
Right. So I feel we can give God the moral blame for everything, all of the bad that happens in the universe, but God is supposed to be all loving.
Well, this sounds like
All
something
just.
different from the free will conversation.
Oh yeah, but
Like, are you just saying God's responsible for evil, or are you saying we don't have free will?
well, yeah, because if you look at the world and if God's supposed to be all loving and you look at the world and the world is not like it's not all good and God's supposed to be all good,
So
that would be
here,
evidence
stick
against
to.
God's
I think
existence.
before we hop to that, we should figure out as to whether or not we have free will, because that would make the other thing a lot easier to understand if you're able to come to a conclusion as to whether or not we have free will. So do you
Okay, all
understand?
right. Okay, would y'all say that free will is just the ability to choose through different options, or free will is the ability to choose those options without external coercion, like without like determinism, without an external power, like setting forth those desires. You know what I mean?
It'd just be like the ability to choose the good, or just the ability to choose.
Okay, boom. Then we have free will. Okay, I grant you that we have free will.
Okay.
Okay, so now God being all good, right? If I make a claim that there's
Huh,
a
real,
water,
real. So you're not gonna go off on other lives saying we don't have free will, right?
no, no, we have free will. I'll grant you that.
All right.
Okay, because it's just the ability to choose between options. So I'll grant you that. Yes, we do have free will. But God being all good, right? If someone made a claim that there was a water eliminating fairy, right? The way I would look for evidence for a water eliminating fairy is I will look if there's water. If water exists, then that means the water eliminating fairy doesn't exist,
Makes no sense.
right? Yes, it does make sense.
How you're already presupposing that water exists because she eliminates water. So she takes water away. So water would have to exist for her to eliminate it. Otherwise, she wouldn't be a water eliminating fairy. She just be a fairy. Yup, yup.
But no, but like I know that water exists.
Do you see the problem with your analogy?
What do you mean? Just tell me the problem.
Is water exists. It's there. It's there in the name, and that's what the fairy does, right? It eliminates water, so it takes water away. So just because you see water doesn't mean that this fairy doesn't exist. That's just some water that she hasn't eliminated, is pretty much what you would be saying.
But the water wouldn't exist if the fairy exists, is what I'm saying.
What are y'all talking about?
Like God,
He said that
God isn't
he
evil.
said that if somebody said that there's a water eliminating fairy, right? The way I would prove that there's not a water eliminating fairy is by showing that water exists. But this water eliminating fairy would to like
Well, that's not really
classify.
true because I mean,
What?
all the water eliminating fairy would need is the capacity to eliminate water. It doesn't mean that like it's impossible for water to exist.
It would be if there's a water eliminating fairy. There's no water. If the water
But if I have
eliminating
like
fairy
a
eliminates
disease
all water
eliminating
from
cure,
existence. If
if I have a
there's no
disease
water
eliminating
in
cure, that
reality,
doesn't mean that
the
no
water
disease is gonna
eliminating fairy
exist.
doesn't exist. If God is all good, He's not evil. Then evil shouldn't exist.
Yeah, so if you now understand that free will exists, evil is going to be a result of the actions that free creatures make.
I don't think God's responsible for that. Like I just feel like you give me evidence that God is responsible for giving us free will. I don't
You're
I don't think God is the cause of everything. I don't even think there was a beginning to the universe. I think the universe is eternal. On there,
eh,
that's what I think. But
I mean, that's fine, right? Even if you were to say that, there would still need to be something that's like sustaining the universe now, which Christians would obviously say is God, as well as like there's evidence that you are created. Even if you took something like Jesus's resurrection and Jesus affirms the Old Testament, the Genesis narrative that like if Jesus resurrected, then what he says is true. He says that he's God and he created human beings, then that would be true just from that perspective. So like if he
what
created
evidence
you
do you
and you
know?
have free
Like,
if he created you and
what's
you
the
have free
evidence?
will,
What's the evidence that God said that or Jesus said that?
the historical writings,
What's the evidence that the Bible is true?
it's a lot of different evidences.
Like what?
Historical, archaeological, um, that which is just written down, prophecy.
I could give an
There's
example.
archaeological
So,
evidence of
Rel, can you hear
stories
me?
in the Bible.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
So, in the book of Mark and in other gospels, Jesus prophesies about the destruction of the temple 40 years before it happened. And, well, yeah, 40 years later, the temple, along with the whole city, is destroyed by the Romans. So that would be one piece of evidence to show the authenticity of the scripture.
Is there any original writings of the Bible? Like, is there like an original like writing of John, writing John, and Luke writing Luke, and Matthew writing Matthew, or Mark writing Mark, or whatever?
I don't know what you mean by original writing.
Mm, um, do we have like I don't know how I could like ask you this. I don't know. Like, do we have like documentation like of actual writings of those individuals?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Like, is there a museum I can go like see this, or like what?
Yeah. You could go to Washington. They have like the Museum of the Bible. They have stuff there. Certain manuscripts they go on like they take it around the world so that people can see the manuscripts. So you can see if it like stops in a city near you or something like that. You could go to like Europe. They have some manuscripts there if you want to go see them. Or you could look online. You can see pictures of these manuscripts as well.
Okay.
All right, well, go ahead and look into that, bro.
All right, but I'll get back with you on that.
All right, for sure. God bless, man.
All right.
Might have made progress today. We might have made progress today. Maybe Cammy was correct. Cam told me to go live. Maybe it was for a purpose.
What did you just say?
Hmm?
I said, what did you just say?
You didn't hear because you wasn't paying attention.
I was paying attention. I'm just trying to make sure you didn't say what I think you said.
What do you think I said?
It sounded like you said Cammy.
Yeah, you may or may not have heard correctly.
All right.
Subscribe to me on YouTube. You can see it played back.
All right, EJ. All right.
Chill. Chill. I can't stand when people call me that.
I know.
Man.
That's why I said I ain't want to break it out. I ain't want to have to do that, but
Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
I'm good. How you doing?
Not bad.
Okay, good. What's up? Are you Christian?
No.
Why not, man? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I think Christianity makes up like 28% of the world, and like take a country like Thailand where barely anyone there's Christian, but they're all just chilling, they're all respectful. Most of them don't even believe in a creator. They use like Buddhist philosophy. They think the world's just like an infinite paradox, not really created.
Mm-hmm.
And I lifted weights with my Thailand friend yesterday, and he kind of changed my opinion from Christianity all in one day.
Sounds like your faith wasn't on good soil.
I don't know about that. I think that like there's a big world out there. There's a lot of people. Like Thailand has 10 million people. That's like the size of my entire state. I mean, Bangkok, Thailand has 10 million.
Oh yeah,
I don't think like
that's not a lot. To me, that's not a lot at all. I'm in
yeah. Well, I mean, what about
California?
like
So.
yeah. Well, what about like the countries China and India? Like in India, it's the biggest country in the world. Only 9% is Christian.
Okay.
in their culture, they have different religion, like in different towns. They dress differently, they listen to different music. It's just a different culture, you know. They're not really hammered down by the gospel. So like a lot, some of them may believe that infinite paradox theory, and
Well, I
I
mean, I don't
know
understand. How does this prove that Christianity is false, though?
I think it's unplausible because I don't think all these people deserve to be like eternity with Satan. You know, it's just their culture and they're just chilling.
That's not what the gospel teaches.
Yeah, the gospel doesn't like explain these things very well,
No, it
like the
does.
rest of the world.
It says that people will be judged according to what they know, right? So if you like actually don't know Christ and you haven't had the gospel preached to you and you haven't rejected Christ, then you'd be judged accordingly. You won't just be like doomed to hell. You're gonna get a fair chance, bro.
Romans 1 says, I used to be a Christian, so I know this. Romans 1 says, if you look at things and decide that a creator didn't make them, you
Are left without excuse.
Yep. And
Yeah.
like a lot of these people in their culture, they just have the infinite paradox theory. Like they just think things came from beginningless time, like Buddhist, Hinduism, stuff like that.
Yeah, so
I
we
don't
could.
think that
My fault.
there's just like so many people that accept this and they're good, kind people, you know. Like I really don't think they deserve eternity with Satan. It's just statistically just kind of the Bible doesn't convince me enough to get around that fact.
Yeah, so what the Bible teaches, right? In regards to like Romans chapter 1 verse 20, it's because like you can reason to the existence of God. So like there's a lot of, you could look around the world, there's a lot of different arguments that go to show that God exists. That the fact that there's so many arguments is another argument that God exists. So that's why it says that like you're without excuse, because there's no real good reason to not believe that a God exists. You just need to search for him. Like, and you can look pretty much anywhere and you can find an argument that shows that God exists. There's an argument that says that I exist, and then it can conclude that God exists. So that's why it says that, right? People are gonna, but everybody's gonna have a fair shot. God is just, so it's not like people are going to be getting ripped off and be like, I never really had a real chance, and therefore you're doomed or anything like that. It's off of the willful rejection of God, the willful rejection of Christ. Because my friend is up here, the Catholic Church would say that like hell is the self-exclusion. Like you choose to exclude yourself from the communion of God. So it's not just people just getting ripped off or anything like that.
Well, I mean, I know like Christianity
But
can always be
either way, I don't
explained.
understand how this would prove that Christianity is false.
Um,
Hold on one second. Let me go open the door.
here's what I think. I think every single question can be answered with Christianity. Every single question can also be answered with Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam. They're both all logical circuits.
That's not true.
Well, what's wrong with Buddhism?
Well, one, I think that there's really good argumentation that God exists. I know you don't have to believe that God doesn't exist, but God does exist, and there's only one God as well.
There's
So that's
really good explanation that Buddhism could be true.
like what?
If you do good, it's scientifically proven that if you're kind, that you'll feel happier too. And there's science behind meditation.
That's not even what Buddhism teaches.
Buddhism is not as like stick to the word is Christianity. There is a lot.
Christianity says the same
There's
thing, though.
please. There is a lot of Buddhist traditions. A lot of Buddhist
Yeah, I know,
different
but
practices.
Buddhism doesn't just teach that, oh, like, if you're kind, then you'll be happy and stuff like that. That's not even the point of
Listen.
Buddhism.
Well,
So what's
there
the
are a
evidence
lot
that,
of
like,
different
Buddhism
Buddhisms.
is?
There's a lot of different Buddhisms.
Which one are you interested in?
I think a lot of them could be explained. I'm atheist, so like I think all these religions can be perfectly explained. Every single phenomenon under the sun in all these religions.
What's the argument for that?
I mean, Buddhism has been around longer than Christianity,
That
so
has
like
nothing to do with anything.
it's probably been debated and talked about longer.
There's no religion that's been debated and talked about more than Christianity.
Well, Buddhism's way older than Christianity.
Yeah, there's no religion that's been debated and talked about more than Christianity.
All right, possibly, but there's also nothing that cannot be explained away by Buddhism.
Okay. Do you believe that a God exists?
My answer is I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't think like all these people in India or Thailand or China are gonna burn in hell just because they don't accept
I'm
any
not
form of.
asking about where you think that they're going to end up. I'm asking about you specifically, whether or not you believe that a God exists. You said, I don't know. So we can talk about how change goes to show, the existence of change goes to show that there is one God that exists.
Well, you can make that same argument for the infinite paradox.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, you can easily defend the infinite paradox as well, just as the same as the creator theory.
Okay, so what's the attributes of this infinite paradox?
Well, if you look at the mathematical pi, it's infinite. What if the universe is just infinite?
This argument has nothing to do with the universe being infinite. You could believe that. It doesn't change the fact that there's a God that exists and it's only one God that exists.
Maybe that may be right, but I think
It's not
Christianity.
maybe. It is. It's not a maybe. It is. Do you want to hear the argument?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Change exists. And by change we mean the actualization of potential. But a potential cannot actualize itself. It needs to be acted upon to become actual. So whatever changes is changed by another. This leads to a chain of actualizers, each depending on the prior thing to give it actualization. This can't go on forever, so it must terminate in a first. This first actualizer must be purely actual, not being changed by anything external to it. A being that is purely actual is what we mean by God. Therefore, God exists. And then we can go to show how there can only be one God that exists, that this is immaterial, eternal, immutable, perfect, all those things of this one purely actual actualizer. Do you disagree with any of the premises?
I think they fit if you start with a creator create everything, but if you
That's
start
not how is that how I started, or did I start by saying that change exists?
Change exists in infinite paradox.
That's cool. That's cool, man. And due to the fact that change exists, it leads to God existing.
Change exists, but it could just be infinite change as well.
So the type of change that we're talking about can't be infinite. It has to.
In a creationist view, yes.
You said what?
In a creationist view, that's right.
No, I'm just saying in the type of causal series that we're talking about. For example, right? If I take my phone and I plug it in to an extension cord that's not plugged into a wall, will it ever be charged?
No, I don't think so. No.
No. What if I plug it into another extension cord infinitely, never plugged into anything, like a wall source or a power source? Will it ever be charged?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So this type of that's like an analogy for the type of causal series that we're talking about. this can't go on infinitely. So pretty much I'm saying that there's a long line of extension cords, but I see that my phone is being charged. Therefore, there has to be a power source or something that is different from this long line of extension cords that gives all power but doesn't receive power from anything else, or changes things but is not changed in itself. That's why it can't go on infinitely. If I see that change exists, like I see my phone being charged, right? It can't go on infinitely. It has to terminate in a first. This first actualizer is what we mean by God. Therefore, God exists.
Well, I mean, consciousness could arise and go away in an infinite world too.
It's not relevant, bro.
Abe sound disappointed. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now.
Well, I mean, phones can not be charged and die too in an infinite world.
Okay, yo, what I recommend you do is like you can find videos on YouTube. If you type in the argument for motion, there's pretty succinct explanations of the argument. Cause
I know the argument, but in order
no,
for the argument,
I mean it doesn't sound like you do, because like if you were familiar with it and if you understood what we were saying, we wouldn't be getting these kind of responses. Like they're just not relevant to the argument.
In order for your theory to work, you have to use the creator to apply to it. In my theory,
You're just saying words, dude.
Yeah, you're
Like,
you're
honestly.
you're literally just rambling, bro. So go look into it, educate yourself, so you don't have to just like blab off after mouth and not tracking a conversation, bro. Like,
I mean,
it's
I have
a
looked into it a little bit, but like,
so what
what's
you
wrong
if you
with
if you
being- all right.
did if you did look into it, then like the things that you're saying right now as a response they wouldn't even be things that you would come up with if you actually looked into it. So I'm giving you an argument for the existence of God, just using the fact that change exists.
Explain why it wouldn't work without God then.
I'm saying that this first actualizer, this purely actual being, is what we mean by God. That's what Christians mean by God. Therefore, God exists.
All right, take that first thing you said and replace it with infinite paradox. How is it different?
Okay, what's an infinite paradox?
It's that the world was never created or ended. It's just constantly going. Infinity.
Okay, so
Like,
this this first actualizer, this purely actual being, is not material. It does not change. It does not like continuously go on or like whatever. I don't know what you're trying to say. So if your infinite paradox is material, it it has parts or anything, it's not the purely actual being.
I think that comes down to faith, but not really like hard.
That's just the definition of what pure actuality is.
Yeah.
Right? Something that's pure actuality cannot change by the very definition of the word. And if you're suggesting why can't we replace that with the infinite universe, because the universe is constantly changing. So that's why you couldn't do it.
All right. So what is this exact theory called, the title of it, and is it scientifically proven with a creator involved? Because infinite paradox and creationism is not scientifically proven. Your God is not scientifically proven, accepted by the science community. It's accepted as religion. That's a fact, though.
Yeah, because so when you're talking about the scientific community observes things within the natural order, right? We don't think God is a part of the natural order, so it doesn't make sense to ask for a scientific proof of this. Now we can give arguments like the argument for motion, which
You can give faith, but not solid evidence.
Yes, we can give solid argumentation. That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? So
Then why doesn't
for
science
thousands
fully
of
accept the
years,
creator? They don't.
This is an argument from authority, or this is an argument from ad populum.
from
there
faith.
there could be not a single person on earth who believes in the existence of God, and it wouldn't affect the validity or the soundness of an argument, right? So if I said 2 + 2 = 4 and 500 million people who were all scientists said no, it equals 5, that doesn't make them right just because they're scientists, right? So if you want to if you want to like actually address the argument, you're going to have to do more than just say, "Oh, well, scientists don't agree with you." Because it's not relevant whether they agree or not. My argument is not dependent upon their agreement.
Your faith is just as valid as like infinite paradox.
Okay.
He is not listening.
2 hours 16 minutes. What you think? One more, last one. Amen. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, what's up?
Not much. This is my first time TikToking, so is my audio all right on the phone?
Yeah, it's all good, bro. It's
Cool.
just
You
like,
ready to deconstruct?
were you the guy from YouTube?
Yeah, that's me. I would have come on with my other handle, but your mods like banned me a couple weeks ago.
Oof. What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I brought up Numbers 11 and mentioned that God lied when he promised the Israelites a month of quail. And I wasn't rude or anything, but just
Hey, you're breaking up really
11:5.
you're breaking up really bad.
Can you hear me now?
No,
I'm gonna go on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're breaking up really bad.
I'm on Wi-Fi now. How am I? Wi-Fi.
Hello?
Am I any better on Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you sound better now.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I went off Wi-Fi. So, can we take a look at Leviticus 11:5 real quick?
Yeah. Oh. Leviticus 11:5.
Yeah.
And the rock badger, because it chews the cud but does not part the hoof, it is unclean to you.
Yeah, there's a problem here. And the problem here is that rock badgers don't chew cud. In fact, they can't even regurgitate. So there's a problem with this verse.
What's the problem?
It's a direct quote from Yahweh, and it's a glaring scientific issue. And I saw you arguing with a Muslim the other day about the whole where does sperm come from or whatever that comes from a rib, and you seemed a little concerned that was a scientific error. This is definitely a scientific error. These animals can't even push food out of their stomachs. So what do we do? What do you do with this verse? And I'm only asking because I've run into a lot of believers and they have a lot of different answers to this, and I just ask because I want to know who I'm dealing with. Like, I don't think I'm going to throw this verse up to you and you're going to like throw your faith away. I know that's not how it works, but I do want to let you know that I know the Bible pretty good. I spent 40 years in the faith, and now this is just kind of what I do.
I mean, what do you consider a rock badger? What kind of animal is that?
You can go wiki it. Just go wiki it. You'll get pictures of it. If I'd show you in my YouTube profile pic, but yeah, go ahead and look it up.
I mean, just tell me what animal you think that they're talking about here.
It's a rock badger.
Is there a better name for it, or
No, just wiki rock badger. There's only one rock badger on the planet.
let me finish sending this message. Okay. Hmm. Uh, Hyrax?
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Okay. And you're saying that they're talking about this?
yep.
I mean, so what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Yahweh is quoted as saying that it chews cud and it doesn't.
I mean, yeah, I would have to see if like this is the exact animal that's being referred to in the Hebrew and stuff like that.
All right. Well, I can hop off and you can go do that. I can come back in a week or two. I'm in no hurry.
Okay.
All right, man. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up?
So, I'm not a Christian because Jesus spoke Aramaic, and the latest language we have in the Bible is not Aramaic. So, we don't have his exact words. So, that's my problem.
Where do you get that Jesus spoke Aramaic from?
From sources,
What sources?
from where he lived.
What about where he lived? Says that he spoke Aramaic.
Bro, he spoke Aramaic, bro.
Where do you get that from?
You can literally Google it right now.
Bro, could you be any less vague, please?
What are you talking about?
He said, "Where do you get that from?" And you said sources.
Right.
Said, like who? He said from where he lived. That
Google.
doesn't help, bro.
Where does Google like get their sources from? Like, where do they get that Jesus spoke Aramaic from? What
Do you disagree
information?
with it?
What information tells you about Jesus that said that he spoke Aramaic?
Probably from where he lived, yeah.
Pontius Pilate lived in the same region. He didn't speak Aramaic.
Who didn't speak Aramaic?
Pontius Pilate.
The pilot.
Pontius Pilate.
Okay.
He lived in the same region. He didn't speak Aramaic.
Maybe he just learned it.
Who?
Pilot. Maybe he learned some new language.
No, he didn't. He spoke his native tongue.
So what language did Jesus speak?
Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek.
How did he speak, bro? How did bro spawn in with 3 languages?
How did bro spawn in with 3 languages?
Yeah.
Well, 1, he's God. 2, you just learn languages, bro. Like,
Bro, these languages are like so difficult. Like, there's no way bro spawned in with these, bro.
is English your only language that you know?
Nah.
So how many languages do you know?
Like fluently or just a
Sure.
little bit as well? Like,
do
which one?
fluently.
Fluently, Danish, Norwegian, and English.
So that's 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the problem with this person knowing 3 languages then?
So, okay, so Danish and Norwegian, the reason I know Norwegian is because Norwegian is basically Danish. It's so close, right? And English is like, we learn it in school and it's widely used. But like, Jesus, these 3 languages are like very not similar, you know?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
No, not really. So I mean, it's not that difficult to just, especially like growing up, to just learn a language. Bro. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's not that difficult.
Wait. Hello.
So yeah, so that's not an actual, like, you're not giving an actual like objection or a problem for real.
Okay, so his country, right? Palestine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what were they speaking in Palestine 2,000 years ago, like their main language.
Who are you talking about? Who are you referring to?
Like just Palestine in general. Like what did they speak that time?
Who? What people? What people are you talking about?
The Jews.
Greek, Aramaic, Hebrew.
Okay, so which language did Jesus use?
Greek, Aramaic, and Hebrew.
Which one? Like, bro, you can't just mix 3 languages, bro.
He spoke all 3.
Okay, so
are you speaking Danish right now?
No.
Okay. So you're speaking English right now. Are you talking to an English speaker who doesn't speak Danish? Right?
Yeah.
When he's speaking to specific crowds or for specific purposes, he uses the language that's best gonna bring out the what's the name? That's best gonna bring like be able to explicate the point and help everybody understand. He's speaking to a predominantly Greek speaking audience. Most of the time he's speaking Greek. When he speaks Aramaic, the scriptures say Jesus said this in Aramaic.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the Bible or the Torah.
That's not the Torah.
So, well, like what? Just the Old Testament?
New Testament.
New Testament. So the New Testament is written in what? Greek.
Greek.
And Jesus spoke 3 languages.
Yes.
And like the people were only writing one of the languages in the book.
Because they're writing to Greek speaking audiences. By this time, like Hebrew and Aramaic, they're like dying languages. So they're making sure that this gospel can be read to very popular audiences. So they're using the popular language, the predominant language of the land. The same way, like if you were writing a manifesto that you wanted to send to America or whatever, you're gonna write it in English. You're not gonna write it in Danish because people are not speaking Danish over here.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So who wrote the Bible, like the New Testament?
The New Testament has, I can't remember how many authors. You have Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Paul, Peter, James, Jude. I think that's it. 8 authors?
No, there's 12.
Is it? Oh, no. Paul wrote Timothy. I think it's like 8 authors.
What about Thomas?
Thomas didn't write.
Yeah, the Gospel of Thomas. I read it.
Yeah, that's not scripture. Thomas didn't write that. Like the disciple Thomas didn't write that.
What do you mean he didn't write that, bro?
Like that comes after Thomas was already dead.
Can you prove that? Can you prove that?
Yeah. So Thomas is a disciple of Christ who's walking with him in the year 33 AD. The Gospel of Thomas comes around in the 2nd century.
So who wrote the Gospel of Thomas?
That's actually anonymous, but what they would do, so do you know what plagiarism is?
Nah, bro.
Okay, so plagiarism today is when, like, I'll take your work, say for instance, you wrote like a cool book, right? I would take your work and I'll put my name on it, right? And I'll try to take what you did and I'll make it seem like I did it. What used to happen back then is that people would make their own writings and then they'll put other people's names on it to make it more authoritative. So after the disciples died, people started writing things and then just attaching their name to it, trying to make it authoritative. So that's what happens with these writings. So that's where you get like the Gospel of Thomas and stuff like that.
So, but the Gospel of Thomas, like, he was like friends with Jesus, right?
Thomas himself, the actual disciple was a disciple of Jesus. Yeah. So when
So, and
Christ
he
would say
wrote
that
the
they're
gospel.
friends.
You
You
don't
said what?
believe he wrote the gospel.
No.
So how can we like measure that?
Well, the reason as to why, well, okay, I don't know if you're asking why is it not scripture or how we could measure that, is because the Gospel of Thomas is written after Thomas is dead. Therefore, Thomas didn't write that thing that came about after he died.
After, okay. So what about the New Testament? How do we know that that's not like a legendary development?
Yeah, because we have evidence that every New Testament document is from the first century. So during the time of the apostles.
So when did the when did the New Testament get written? What year?
Between 40 to 50 AD, really 40 AD to about 80, 90 AD. So within that span of 50 years, the entire New Testament is written.
And that's after what? Like 50 years after Jesus died?
At the latest.
So these people wrote this after like 50 years after Jesus died.
Not everyone. I said that's the latest.
Most. Like middle. I took the middle of these numbers.
No, most of it is going to be written like probably like 20 to 30 years.
That's cap, bro. That's too early.
No, it's not. So like here, I'll give you an example. So Christ dies and resurrects in the 30s, right? Like 33 AD. Right. You have the writings of Paul, and I'm using late datings, by the way, but you have the writings of Paul, the writings of Peter. These people like James dies at 62 AD. So he has to write his epistle before he dies. Paul dies in, I think, 66 AD. So he has to write all his writings before he dies. Same with Peter, right? Peter dies around 66 AD. So all of this stuff happens before the destruction of the temple. With Luke is writing the Gospel of Luke. And then after the Gospel of Luke, he writes Acts, which is like early church history. And he doesn't detail James' death and he doesn't detail Paul's death, which gives insight that either these deaths hasn't happened yet or it just doesn't make any sense. It would actually go to point because Luke is so like intricate and he's very proficient with how he details history. He was very meticulous. There it goes. To not detail the deaths of the brother of the Lord and Paul would be ridiculous. So it actually gives an evidence that Luke and Acts is written even before 62 AD. So there's a lot of evidence that most of these books are written like before the destruction of the temple, before 70 AD. So that's before 40 years.
So you mentioned the destruction of the temple. Is that a prophecy?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So did Jesus say that this is gonna happen?
Yeah.
All right. So that's like, we know if Jesus says that something is gonna happen and it happens, that means he said it after it happened.
What? Why would you assume that? That makes no sense.
Example.
What did you say?
Right.
Why did you ask if it was a prophecy immediately before that?
What?
Knowing that would discount the statement following it.
No, I wanted to hear everything he had to say. I didn't want to just interrupt him.
I think he must have.
So okay, so I'm gonna give you an example, right? So if I write a book called Thomas's Gospel, okay, and I make a prophecy about that a book is gonna fall from the sky, right? And it happens, right? That means that I wrote this after it happened.
No.
Because how would I know that?
Do you know what a prophecy is?
Yeah. You getting divine revelation and saying something is gonna happen and it happens.
So that's possible, right? You can get divine revelation, and you would prove to be a prophet by saying something before it happens, and then it happens. That's how we would know. Like, dang, he's a prophet.
Yeah, but he must have said it after it happened. Because how would he know?
No.
Because it's a prophecy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but we don't believe that.
So
Like,
the text that says that Jesus says this, Jesus dies in the year 33 AD. So whatever you think, right? Jesus has to say this before he passes away, right? Before that, that's when he has to say that. So if the destruction of the temple is not until 70 AD, regardless of how you cut it, Jesus said this thing before the destruction of the temple.
but not according to secular historians, though.
Secular historians don't believe that prophecy is possible.
Exactly.
How long have you been talking to him?
About 2 minutes.
15 minutes.
Close enough.
What's the name? So, yeah, so they don't believe in God, right? So they don't believe that prophecy is possible. So they try to explain away. Oh, how could Jesus have known something with such a explicit detail? No, they say it's not possible. So then they try to say that oh, this has to happen after the fact. But there's no real evidence for that claim. They just say that prophecy is not possible. But there's other evidences in the Bible where it's just obviously prophecy.
But then again, right, there's also another perspective where, like, someone says that, for example, the temple is going to get destroyed, and then they just destroy it themselves because they said it's going to happen, so they just destroy it.
They didn't.
Is that a prophecy?
The Christians didn't destroy it.
Well, I'm just giving you another perspective on that.
That's not the historical perspective.
And your historical perspective is the Bible, right?
No, you... I had more than 80 viewers. No, it's not just the Bible. We could look at history. So you could look at, like, Josephus' Antiquities. He talks about the destruction of the temple as well and who destroyed it.
So you're appealing to authority then, because how do you know he's talking the truth?
So that's not an appeal to authority, right? You said that my evidence is just the Bible. I'm giving you even evidences outside of the scripture, right? That talk about the same event.
That's fallacious.
What's the fallacy?
The straw man fallacy.
What's the straw man fallacy?
I don't know. I forgot.
I thought he's just trolling.
That's us.
You forgot what it is?
I feel like he's
What?
trolling.
You said you forgot what it is?
Yeah, I forgot it.
Like in the past 5 seconds? Like after you said that he committed the fallacy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's also
sir.
prophecy. That's
Yes.
also a prophecy.
Yes,
Because I knew it was
sir.
going to happen.
This.
All right, bro. I'm gonna let you go,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. 'Cause
All right, bro. Have a good day, bro.
You too.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Sound like he just wanted to come up here and play.
Fine, he just wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, I mean that's okay.
I don't understand how.
He can hit you up in the DM.
Nah, chill. Don't just be opening up my DMs like that. Yeah, see, let me go ahead and kick Nick right now. He get. Let me go ahead and just get Nick up out of here right now.
Dang!
Let me get Nick up out of here right now.
Don't do
That
that.
brother unhinged, right?
What's the deal, yo?
Yeah, I got
This
I
is
got a
absurd.
Oh, Nick. Actually, this is perfect. Nick here too. Yeah, I got a question for both of y'all. I think y'all probably explain it the same way. So, could you explain like first and second causality within like creation when God creates? I've been trying to figure that out.
Elijah's never heard of that.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead and explain that.
I mean, first and second causality is just gonna have to do with whether or not God's actions, like how his actions actually work. So if his actions are gonna actually like be in a temporal sense, right? So this is kind of like has to do with like energies and whatnot. So we say the energies, some energies are gonna be like within time. So when we're talking about secondary causality, it's gonna be how his energies can cause people or things to cause within themselves and move other things. But primary or first causality is just going to be like himself actually moving something.
Okay, so like when it comes to like creation itself, I know I'm trying to understand like energy essence distinction a lot better. But so like when we say he creates, we would say like his energy, like he wills this eternally, or how would you
I mean, yeah,
like
he does will it
describe it?
eternally, yeah.
Okay, so this is not like a temporal or like a like
Well, his energies are temporal, right?
well
Not
So
all of
yeah.
them. Not all of them, right?
no, but with his actual actions are all going to be temporal, bro.
His actual actions are
Like,
all
bro, his
temporal.
energies that have to do with creation are all going to be temporal.
Yeah, but
Could
there's
you
some
name me,
energies.
Elijah? Name me one energy that's an action on creation that's not temporal.
No, yeah, like so in regards to that, but like the what's the name? What like David Bradshaw would say, like you have some energies that are temporal, you have some that aren't temporal.
Yeah, the
Like
ones that aren't temporal are gonna be things like Takan Pino says, like glory and whatnot.
yeah, exact like stuff
It's
like
gonna be
that.
the things that are within himself, or what he calls it is what's called around the essence.
Yeah, but you
So it's
gotta
things that
explain
describes him.
yourself because you don't want to just send folk up on live and then they saying that all the energies is temporal.
Listen, we talking about energy. I gotta know the basics.
Okay. I think that kind of clears up. I'm trying to make sure I ain't spreading no type of heresy. Trying to make sure I'm locked
Just
in.
read
if
Takan Pino's
you
book,
if
bro.
you if you
You said
spread
who?
EED, you already spreading heresy. If it's
Nah,
not
this is
strict
crazy.
ADS, bruh, it's already nah.
ADS.
Nah, I
Mm,
was reading into EED today. It's starting to make so here. Nick, you tell me if I'm incorrect. So what I was reading today was pretty much that EED is going to be a real distinction, but not in like the not in a Thomistic sense. When you say real distinction, you're just saying that there's a difference in God's essence and the way He acts.
I mean,
And
yeah, if you're between the essence and energies, yeah, it's gonna be a real distinction, but not like again, like you said, not in like scholastic terms of a distinction within substance.
yeah, so like you're just making this distinction between God's essence, which is like unknowable, and then the way in which He makes Himself known.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because we can't know the essence. The only way we could quote unquote know the essence is through the energies.
That's I think Dr. Bradshaw he says that like the way in which the Cappadocians would explain like the essence would be like the energies would be like you looking at the water, and then the essence would be like that which is over the horizon.
Yeah.
Like
Speaking of Bradshaw, Trent, by the way, I have an interview with Dr. David Bradshaw on my YouTube where we literally just talked
really?
about essence
Oh,
energies for like
hey
an hour
man,
and a
ain't
half.
no free promo, bro.
My bad.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's
I'm gonna check that out because I was reading John of Damascus, like his first book, like I think it was like the expedition.
the
Oh, I'm gonna
exact
butcher that word.
exposition of the Orthodox
Yeah,
faith.
yeah. Like his first book talks about it. I
Hmm.
was just wondering, like, Nick, or you too, Elijah, have y'all like read any of that?
That's
Because he
my
has 4
patient
books.
saint. That's my patient saint. So yeah.
Yeah, Nick ain't read
Oh,
them though. He just like to say he did.
Well, I done read everything of that, man.
He said him as his patient saint
yo,
because his name sounded cool.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Nick don't really read like that for real.
dang. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Y'all take care. God bless.
Nah, God bless, bro.
Elijah might be a D1 hater. I can't lie. He just
Nah.
mad 'cause I be getting medium fries, dude. He for free. Like he's mad.
Yeah, that actually did.
Elijah, can you explain to everybody how you were saying you can, in a sense, say that God has 4 essences?
I never
Oh,
said that.
man,
And you
nah.
cannot
Yes,
say
you
stuff
did.
like that in front
You
of
said
Nick.
that.
Please do not say stuff like that in
That's
front of Nick.
crazy.
You didn't say that
Never
yesterday?
never said anything like
Oh,
that.
okay. I must be hearing things. My fault.
Cam, it's wild that you acting like this because I texted in the group chat today. I was like, yeah, like I think EED is starting to make a little bit more sense to me. And you said there's nothing that you can say that can make what they believe over there in that cult of orthodoxy make sense
That's
to me.
crazy.
Screenshot it.
That's not that. All right, bro.
Screenshot it.
I
Screenshot it.
screenshot. You lucky I don't got a Mac. I'll show it on screen if I could, bro.
Mm.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy.
Man, so basically both y'all heretics. This is crazy.
Nah, not I. But I mean, what I understand about ED now ain't really that wouldn't be a problem in regards to the Catholics. Like, I don't think the Catholics would have a problem with that.
I mean, Western ones would.
Well, it depends. It's because when you use words like real distinction, it like brings a certain idea into the mind. So like if that's what you're like trying to explain and articulate, is like a real distinction in like the Thomistic sense. Yeah, everybody's gonna have a problem with it. But
bro, because they assume scholastic terms, but like obviously we're Eastern, we're not gonna use scholastic terms.
Yeah, so like you have to, but no one explains that. They just be like, yeah, it's a real distinction between the essence and the energies, and you're just.
But if
like,
I'm Eastern,
saying
you
that,
should know. Like they should know I'm not talking about scholastic if I'm Eastern.
I'd be like, what you like? I have to ask. I'd be like, what do you mean by that? And I still wasn't getting explanations when I was going over people's live, and I was asking like, what that actually means. And then Jordan sent me books to read, so I'm like, all right, bet.
Do not read what Jordan sends you. Oh my gosh, bro.
Bro, he be sending good books, man.
I don't know. It sounds like Nick a hater. He was saying
Nick is a D. Nick come in here. See, I got a couple of viewers.
Oh yeah,
He be like,
I already saw.
Sounds like she's hating. I don't know, dude.
Nah, see, he's gonna get the flirt. Nah, I gotta kick him out of here.
I mean,
that dude, he's get to start to talking and things just start to unfold for him. Nah, bro.
Well, nothing.
I heard him yesterday. He was sitting there. He went to some drive.
Ain't that your girl?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
so he went to some drive through or something yesterday, right?
Mhm.
I think it was like Arby's or something. And he was getting something to eat.
he didn't deny.
They took a little while, and he was like, "Hey, give me another medium fry for my like for the inconvenience."
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was on live when he did it, and we was like, "Hey, that doesn't seem so Christ-like." And he said, "Like Christ needs to get on live with what I'm doing." And he got another medium fry. He got another medium fry, and it just validates.
They were lying.
Who said I could get fired though? And Nick said, I don't care, ring it up.
Yeah, the dude did say I could get fired. He said, "Get fired for me. Isn't the customer always right?" Tell me I'm lying. Nick.
I'm like, I don't know. Should you be friends with these people?
Nah,
Bro,
cool.
I had to wait like 10 minutes. It's only right I get an extra fry. Dude.
Dude.
Bro, isn't that good customer service? Like, if you own a restaurant, you would just do to wait for like 10 minutes. Like, bro.
Hey, man, I ain't arguing. He was agreeing a lot with a specific somebody in the guest too yesterday. I ain't gonna say who, but
Is it who I think it is?
Huh?
Is it who I think it is?
It's a specific somebody who's a Protestant. I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
He a Protty
I
Waddy.
don't remember who was in there.
You don't remember who was in there?
It was like me, you, Kim, and
yeah, it was somebody. It was somebody in the comments. You remember who he was talking to in the comments?
That was a Protestant?
That was a big Protestant, like he go live type.
Oh,
Nah,
I ain't gonna say.
Okay, can you tell me?
I'll tell you after.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, that's because it's so normal. Y'all be talking all the time. You feel me?
Nah, bro, I ain't telling that man. I ain't even seen him in a while. I don't know where he been.
It was good to see him, to catch up.
Wait, yeah, okay, look, yeah, shake
He
your head
finna
if
be
yes or
orthodox,
no.
bro. Watch.
He is.
It might be. I don't know, bro. I feel like, hey, listen, he ain't been debating Protestantism much, so
Yeah, he hasn't.
inshallah.
Well, I wouldn't know. He blocked on my. He blocked on my
That's
side.
crazy.
But I was trying to like bridge the gap. If he doubled down,
Listen, he did better than I thought he would, though. I thought he was finna come up and say it, bro. Cause like, I don't know. Cause folks was instigating that, man.
Wait, how much more time are you gonna be alive? Well, you're like,
Oh yeah, hey, I gotta go.
in 10 minutes.
Dang. She said, you gotta get off. He said, all right, I'm out.
Okay, well we got somewhere to be.
Hey, man.
Where y'all gotta go?
Where y'all going?
We got you, Cam. You already know where we going.
I don't. You said said it in the chat, but like it seemed like there's a typo. I didn't know what she was talking about.
Nah,
So know where you
Cam. No, Jordan. No, Jordan got this date circled on his calendar. Jordan reminded me that I'm going.
Wait.
Yeah,
Are y'all meeting somebody?
yeah,
Another group of people, mayhaps?
yeah,
2 people?
yeah.
Hey,
Who?
man.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Is there a way? Do you know those secret glasses that you have?
I do
Like,
not
you can
have
record-
it.
no, not that you have.
This man going to like a Mormon temple?
No,
No,
no.
no. But if you could somehow acquire such glasses
Impossible.
before you go, call me. Please do so.
Impossible. I don't understand how you missed the proposal thing.
I was
I tried
so
to
mad.
get you in
I
on
can't
that.
believe it.
Is
Yeah,
no one
but-
gonna tell me where we're going? Where
Yeah,
y'all
nah.
going?
So we're going. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Where?
There's no point in doing that because if anybody's watching the live, they already know who you're talking about. You're not meeting anybody else today, are you?
Nah, I'm not meeting anybody else.
Yeah.
But if these people watch my lives and they in here, so there's a
You got 80
situation.
viewers, bro. Ain't nobody in here. Who?
There's a situation. Well, you don't know, but you know, some viewers of mine met in my chat after meeting. About like 2 months later, they got proposed. They
time frame.
They got
You didn't
engaged.
say the time frame. By the way,
My fault.
That was-
After a short time, they
You
got
didn't have to say
engaged.
that either.
After months
Okay.
passed.
After
After months.
a little bit over a month passed, they got
You
engaged.
very easily just said they met and then they got engaged.
No one has met the individual.
I just so happen to be related to one of them.
Yeah, she just so
Oh, yeah.
happens to be. Yeah. So no one has met the individual in which the person that she's related to.
Wait, is it people I would know?
No, you wouldn't know them. You chilling.
Oh, okay.
What? It's possible.
There's no way.
No.
Bro,
Impossible.
DM me the name or something, bro.
No, you would. There's no way possible you would know these people. Impossible.
Be in the lives,
Jordan,
right? Who else would they met?
Jordan knows this person because Jordan met him in the Bahamas. When
Yeah.
That's Jordan day one. For
What?
me.
Hold on, I'm up.
Yeah, I'm like
I don't
Jordan.
think that narrows it down at all.
Jordan could tell him.
There's a possibility, however small. Nah, I've known him for years. Yeah.
He loves to say that.
Yeah.
That they go way
Jordan follow him on Instagram. Don't follow me. Do Jordan follow you on Instagram, Nick?
Yeah, of course.
All right, for sure.
back. Man.
He
Bro,
still
we
doesn't
hung out like
follow you?
multiple times in person. What do you mean?
Bro, we
So have I,
we
bro.
let this man
He
stay
slept in my
here.
house.
Yeah.
He
No,
slept,
so that's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't he follow me too? What the
bro. He slept in my house, bro. Like
He slept in my bed.
I
know
ain't know.
what y'all got
I ain't know
going
that y'all was that
Bro,
close.
okay. Have
I
you met
ain't-
his parents?
No. I ain't even know. No,
Nah.
don't pause it.
I'm like,
Don't pause it. He means exactly what he said. I didn't know that y'all was like that for
we
real.
met his
got
parents.
himself into some trouble.
Nah,
trying
we
to
did,
one-up
we
Elijah.
did-
That's crazy.
Y'all did. I don't even tell me. You're not supposed to say that.
Like we
Nah.
did run we did run like a legendary 2-man though. I'm not gonna lie.
That ended with both of y'all being in the bed together.
Nah, that was a different time.
Okay.
All right, bro. See, that was a different time, Jordan. So when I bring it, look,
No.
don't say nothing about me, because that was a separate time when y'all ended up in the bed
See,
together.
like that,
Amen.
this is recorded.
Amen.
So
Amen. It's recorded.
It was a halal 2-man, by the way, guy. It was not haram.
You said it wasn't a long two, man.
It was a halal.
Oh, amen. Was it? I don't know, man.
Bro, chill. Bro, chill. I don't know what Jordan was on. I promise you.
for real, I be Jordan's not denying it.
Hey, man. Nah, yeah, Jordan just said, I don't know. He just don't want to, he's speaking lawyer talk. He don't want to say affirm or deny. But Nick real, he'll tell you, hey, man, me and Jordan, we slept face to face.
Cuddled up.
Cuddled, yeah. Didn't you tell me that you have like, what's half of a twin bed? What is that? So you guys are in that together?
I don't even think there's such thing as that, bro.
Well, you were explaining your bed and how it's smaller than normal. So, like, to fit two people in it, you guys have to be really close.
God forbid I have half of a twin size.
You did tell me that when this happened, there is no room to put a pillow in between.
How old?
So whatever touches.
You sound like you mad, bro. You sound like you projecting stuff. Right
I'm
now.
not projecting nothing, bro. You told me.
I don't know what you and
No
Jordan
one-
had going
Where is
on.
it, bro?
No, no one coerced you into that information. I said, hey, bro, he slept in my house. You said I had him in bed with me.
That's not
Hey,
what I said.
You win. You win, bro.
Is it
You got
logically possible that he was in my bed without me being in it?
Is it look, I'm not talking about logical possibility. I'm talking about
Is it
what you
metaphysically
said.
possible?
No, it's possible.
There you go.
That doesn't mean that that's what happened. No, you was there.
So what justification do you have that I was in the bed?
You ain't said that that you wasn't in the bed.
That's gonna be an argument from science fallacy.
Nah, he actually did. He actually did say he was in the bed.
You did say that.
I definitely
Because
did not
no,
say that.
You did.
Elijah said, no, because Elijah said, "Oh, a 2-man that ended with you guys in bed together," and Nick said, "No, that was a different time."
You did say that.
There was a time where you guys were in bed together.
You did say that.
I wasn't even.
Nah, that's gonna be a goalpost shift fallacy.
Nah. Dang. Hey, you lucky. Cause I gotta go. Hold on, wait. I think this person know you. You know this person, right? Y'all was talking in the chat.
I don't know who that is, bro.
Oh, my fault, man. Are you Christian? Shot by Prada?
Oh snap! I'm in the joint. What's up, bro?
Did you mean to request that?
Nah, what's up though?
Nah, I'm chilling, bro.
What's up?
You
Yo,
do-
when the dude said oh, water eliminated fairy earlier, bro, I was crying, bro. That shit was hilarious. That shit was funny.
I appreciate you, bro. God bless you, man.
Did
You
he
still
jump
talking about
himself?
Who removed them? It's just an emoji. I can't even see who it was.
Oh, Abby.
Oh, dang.
Jeez Louise.
Nah, God bless you, bro. Oh, he who?
What? He follow me.
Oh, nah, yeah, you can't.
You know what he came up for?
Yeah, nah, bro, you
This
can't.
is to your girl.
Dang, man.
Yo, shot by Prada. Elijah said he dropped you off. Game of 21. He's putting up 21. You have 0. That's what he told me.
How you? Hold on, wait. How you find her page though?
That's crazy.
He said, "Nah."
What's the deal?
Yeah,
He said not on no weird stuff. For sure. What's up? What's the deal, Rafari? I'm a Satanist, but I have respect for all religions. Our differences make us beautiful. That's Nick type of guest. So Nick actually loves talking to Satanists. Same with Cam.
Yeah, I'm blocking that shit.
Cam goes live, please. If you have an informal argument against the Trinity that doesn't follow at all, go to Cam's live. He'll help you get it together. He loves putting those things together, and then he'll send you out into the world. So please go ahead and do that. In regards to Satanism, Nick used to be a Satanist. He gives you tips and tricks on how to get out of that.
Lord, strike him down if he's lying.
Really good ministry. Really
Lord,
good
strike
ministry.
him down in the dirtiest way. If he's lying.
Nah, really good ministry that he has going on over there. So really appreciate the work that Nick is doing. He teaches about all the things that he struggled with. Drug addiction, homosexuality, Satanism, everything that God has brought him out of. Nick now goes live and he teaches
Elijah.
people how to bring people out of that.
I think
Elijah, what John Chrysostom say?
wait.
What John Chrysostom say?
In regards to what?
What we was reading the other day. What Chrysostom say?
You mean Chrysologus?
No. I said John Chrysostom.
What did he say?
Well, he was talking about jokes and stuff like that. You remember that?
Oh, he did say that. He did.
No.
Nick, I apologize. Especially if it offended you and made you feel some type of way. I do apologize.
It's all right, bro. Listen, I understand, like, you took that test and they said you had a mental disability. So, bro, it's okay, bro. I don't discriminate. You feel me? It's all good, brother. I know it's hard for you sometimes.
I appreciate you loving me all the same, bro. That's what this Christian
That's
stuff
love.
is all
That's
about.
love.
Yeah. You feel me? That's what this is all about, bro. Hey, you turned your live status off before you came up here?
Nah, it was off the other day.
Okay.
Whose live was that on? Where I said, oh, yeah, nah, a bunch of people started coming to this random live. I was like, oh, yeah, nah, we can't have that.
It was Cam's live.
Oh, was that? Yeah, it was Cam live.
That was the same live.
Hey,
That
yo.
was the same live where you was talking to that Protestant. Y'all was agreeing on a whole bunch of stuff.
That's crazy.
Hey, yo. Oh, it's popcorn?
Yeah. I told you to try.
I thought it
some.
was chips.
I was trying to give you popcorn and water.
He said he was on this random dude live.
For real.
A bunch of people start coming in here.
Forgot who it was. Bro, Cam never go live, so I forgot it was him.
Yeah. You said, you was like, hey, bro, I'm gonna be home in 15 minutes. We could play Rivals. As soon as Cam ended his live, you was on Slim Live.
Oh yeah, I did. You was in the comments too. You was there like right at the same time as me.
Yeah.
I just said that's his favorite live to watch.
I was on Rivals. Slim the GOAT.
What did you just say?
My fault. man.
Damn.
No.
We got some
not
internal
you.
beef here.
No, I want to know what Cam said.
Bro, I don't know what Cam be doing to Alexis.
I don't have
But they-
any beef with him.
Cam and Alexis always got like this beef going on.
I have no beef with Cam.
Mm-hmm. Alexis said hi to Cam today, and Cam didn't say nothing back. And then she was like, dang, I was trying to say hi to you. And obviously you don't want to talk to me. Cam said nothing in return.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm like, yeah.
And
He was like, respond if it's Sophia. That's it. That's the only person he respond to.
Man, for real, bro. He be sitting there drawing and stuff on his live. I get it, right? And then Sophia get it after me. He said, oh, yeah, Sophia got it. Bro. I'm like, damn.
that's fine. You gotta be a simp.
Hey, this is good.
I know, right?
Okay.
Have y'all ever had this?
Nah.
It's popcorn that like kids sell for a fundraiser.
Nick, you going on Agen's Discord today again?
Just literally hopped on that randomly. I seen my friends was in there. Probably not.
Oh, who?
What y'all be doing in Discord?
Nah, I don't really be doing my. I just started my own Discord, so I just been like uploading stuff to it.
This dude don't miss a chance to advertise.
Mm-hmm. It's not really.
Yeah, I
spicy.
actually got a new website coming out too, so there's that.
It's like, I feel like it's not as spicy as a hot Cheeto.
I heard you said that it's gonna be like a whole bunch of Orthodox sources.
Yeah, it's gonna be like all for like orthodoxy and like church father quotes, stuff about liturgy, like everything. We gonna have priests and bishops writings on there, crazy stuff.
You gonna show them Orthodox saints that teach the filioque too?
What's that? What's an orthodox saint that teaches filioque? I ain't never heard of that.
Saint Augustine.
I ain't never heard that.
Saint Augustine.
I think you misreading Saint Augustine, brother.
Saint Athanasius.
Oh, yo, you definitely misreading Athanasius. Yeah, mercy.
Saint Athanasius said that the Holy Spirit has the same proper relation to the Son that the Son has to the Father.
Oh, God forbid you read in context.
God
forbid.
That's what he said.
God forbid.
I just hope you include them saints too. I'm trying to learn I want the whole picture, you feel me?
Oh yeah, don't worry. We gonna shut a straw mess. We gonna make sure.
Yeah. Who helping you put it together?
It's me and Luigi, and then we got some like Orthodox investors that are like got some dude that it's like a website designer.
You said BG helping y'all out?
Mm-hmm.
Hell no. Yeah, it's me and Luigi. We're gonna be the co-owners of it.
When you say Luigi, are you talking about the dude that BG told you to go read stuff from and learn from?
To read stuff from?
Mm-hmm.
No, Orthodox Luigi.
Yeah, I think
Bro,
that's
the
the
dude
same
that
Luigi.
debated like Voice of Reason and stuff.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, you talking about the same Luigi?
I don't know, bro.
I'm hard. I didn't know y'all knew each other like this.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna start pointing everyone on my website for real.
You know what I mean? That's the way to do it. You gonna have people pay for that too, or is that just your Patreon?
Nah, that's gonna be free. Website's gonna be completely free.
All right, cool. You be trying to rob folk blind.
Bro, it's $5 a month, bro. What you talking about, bro?
You be trying to rob folk. You know who do? That boy Dom Cole. Dom sat there, put together that thing, was like, hey, bro, he upped his prices too. His stuff $15 a month.
Yeah, he said
Are you still
notebook LM,
subscribed?
give me
Are you
50.
still subscribed to him? You giving him $15 a month.
Damn.
I give him 10.
Okay, you don't give him 15.
Nah, I give him 10.
All right.
10 used to be the highest. Yeah, I be trying to support. Nick don't need it though. So I don't need to pay for his Patreon.
Why don't I need it, bro? You don't want to support a brother in Christ?
You said that God bless you.
Nick's like 21 or something.
Nick, you said you 45, 46?
I thought you
No, I'm
were
23.
Bro, Nick, I thought you were a lot older. When I heard your age,
Why?
I don't know, you look like you've lived a lot of life.
What the hell? What the hell?
Hey, yo.
This is crazy.
Nah. Nah, dude.
What did I ever do?
Nah, dude. Dude. That's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say because you wise.
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
I
you
can see all the
That's
wisdom.
crazy.
I can see all the wisdom is
Yeah, that's
crazy.
absurd. I ain't gonna lie. That's absurd.
My fault, man.
Mm.
We still reading through the fathers, you think?
Thank God. Y'all need them.
Man.
I'll read the Desert Father saying next.
Who your favorite desert father?
Probably Saint Seraphim.
I ain't read him. I ain't read no desert fathers, I don't think.
The Desert Father, there's a collection of Desert Fathers online. PDF is crazy.
What's on your Patreon?
No, bro, it's online.
That's
Frank.
You be like, somebody come up and be like, hey, like, can you explain like the incarnation? You be like, yeah, actually, if you join the Patreon, like, it's just like $5. We explain all this stuff.
Go read on the incarnation, bro. At this point, bro, folks just need to read on the incarnation.
I mean, you told somebody the other day, you was like, yeah, St. Basil book on the human condition talk about all of this. I was like, that book do not talk about nothing that y'all talking
Bro,
about.
yes it did. I
No,
swear
it
it
did
did.
not.
I literally got the book, bro. Yes, it do.
I was like, that book do not talk about that, bro.
He was literally talking about the fall of humanity.
He was not talking about the fall.
What was he talking about then, Elijah?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I know you can. You got the book?
Yeah, dude, I read it.
Let me see it.
I got it online.
Jeez.
Yeah, got the book. I got the physical book, bro.
Oh, nah, I read PDFs.
Why is this popcorn so expensive?
How much is it?
One bag is $12.
God, dog.
It says
Y'all got robbed.
Well, I didn't pay for it. We
Oh,
got
you
it
stole it from
'cause-
them kids?
No.
I thought you said it was fundraising popcorn.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
Hey, yo.
My dad bought a bunch of them. Like, he bought every single flavor, and I just took one. He just bought it to support.
No, that's good. Like you going live after? Hey, who do you think got a better Patreon, you or Dom?
Hey, why
Probably
you comparing?
Probably Dom.
You want a napkin?
I was real humble. No, man.
You said that's real humble. Why you disagree with us or what?
I think. I think Dom got. I paid for Dom stuff. You feel me?
Oh, you don't even have next.
I don't have next.
That's absurd. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is that absurd?
You ain't trying to support. I would have supported you if you had a Patreon, bro.
You could go on YouTube right now and donate.
have a
You could go.
Patreon.
You could go
Elijah
to the.
charges $55 a month.
Nah, bro.
for-
YouTube take 30%, bro.
You could here. You could go to. You could go to the. What's the name?
Bro,
The
I got
link?
a rotating donate link. Ain't no way.
Bro, your hold on, wait.
That's crazy.
Most of the time, all you see is this. So all you see is the link.
Yo,
you
that's
only see the link when I switch off. You have your thing right here on your forehead. Hey, link in bio for the Patreon. That's you. I'm like, dang.
Where do I got it at?
Right here on your forehead on TikTok?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's right here. My fault. You moved it. It's right here. It's a link in bio to Patreon or whatever it say.
That's only if I have what's it called? I'm doing TikTok Studio.
You do TikTok Studio on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dang near every time you go live.
That is not dang near every time, bro.
Okay, it's already 6:20.
I might go live with this, and I'm just gonna do it on my phone, bro. Like,
Oh dang, I forgot that they out in DC. God, dog, IP is short.
okay, he's short.
IP?
You
Yeah.
look,
Yeah. Cause God Logic hunched over. You met God Logic and look at him.
Yeah, he do look pretty short.
Yeah.
Why you walking like that?
I didn't think he was that short.
Maybe he's like Jordan's height.
Dang, that's crazy.
Bro, for a second,
Jordan
I
catches
thought God
strays.
Logic there was Jordan. Because Jordan do be looking like that. Oh, God Logic might be like 6'1".
Nah, I got logic. He kind of do look kind of tall.
Yeah, he towering over everybody right now. This dude is a full apologist streamer. Like he's literally just walking through New York right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he got 3.1 thousand people watching. Y'all want to see the people who's watching me right now? 7 people.
Wow.
Hey, you got God Logic collabs and stuff. I ain't had no God Logic.
I'm
collab.
moving, bro. I'm moving.
I'm getting it out the mud, bro. Like
I got it out the mud. Now I'm moving.
Nah, man. You got collabs and stuff. You sit
Bro,
there.
I got
you go up
40K
there.
out the mud. Then I started collabing.
Nah. You was on Jay Dyer live. You know, you roll waves and it got you to where you at.
I know how to network. What can I say?
You do. I gotta give that to you. I can't do that. I just really genuinely can't do that type of stuff.
You can do all things in Christ who strengthens you.
Hey man, I appreciate that belief, brother. All right, do we need to go for real?
I'm not sure. What time are we supposed to get there? Are they getting there for the reservation or are they getting there earlier?
I don't know. You just got internet and it's not helping?
Oh, you got internet? That's good.
Yeah, hey man, I'm glad to see that subscription is paying off, brother.
So Elijah, is it possible for you to call me before you guys leave?
No.
And then
It's not possible.
put the phone on the ground under the table or something?
Nope.
You can't do that? That's not possible?
Nope. Maybe if you were nicer to me earlier.
Dang.
Okay.
Bro, I don't know what you did to him. Elijah locked in. Appreciate you. How much, about how much do you pay for internet? Like, I just paid my internet
He got
bill.
like dial up.
Yeah, I just paid my internet bill today. It was $111.
Dang, mine's 90 and I got like freaking a gig a second.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Who you have?
AT&T. Who you got?
That's what I have too.
But I mean,
But
we also live in Cali.
we in Cali.
Yeah, y'all on West Coast a little different.
Yeah.
Probably a little more expensive.
Yeah.
Y'all always gonna live in Cali? Y'all ever gonna move?
Don't worry about our whereabouts.
Bro, what the hell?
This dude trying to, he get to talking. He sit there
Trying to sell y'all a house.
Bro, I can't just make small talk like damn.
That's probably how he networked. He good. He stuck you into conversation real quick.
But no, we're probably gonna stay in California. So.
That's what's up.
Yeah. You been out here before?
Yeah, I got family in LA.
Jordan said that you were supposed to come out
I'm
here.
like,
and
is
we
it
was gonna
LA or is it the Valley?
Oh.
Nah, we should plan a trip out there. If like whenever me and Jordan come out there and hang out sometime.
Yeah. He said that y'all was supposed to make a trip. I think in December last year or something like that.
Yeah, we was thinking about it. We can plan something soon.
Wait.
I'll be down.
Oh shoot, never mind. Jordan, I was gonna ask you a
Jordan can
question.
come. If Jordan come to California, he's not gonna be here long. He's gonna go to Mexico.
I'm about to.
Yeah.
Knowing him, probably.
Yeah.
Do not let that
He's
man near
still
San
in
Diego. It's a little too close to the border.
Yours at 2. Ain't no way you got 2 gigs per second, bro. For $62.
2 gigs per second is crazy.
Who sold you that? That dude talked to the dude outside the store who said,
That
I can hook
crackhead
you up.
shit, yeah. And he said this
I-
stuff still lagging with 2 gigs a second.
that
Yeah, they lied
Hey,
to you, buddy.
that happened to me, Frontier. I ain't worked with them. But that stuff happened to us growing up.
He did say Frontier.
What's the name? He's sharing 2 gigs with 4 houses. Man, how many devices is on your Wi-Fi that do count? But now I remember one time it happened. 3 devices. Yo, what happened to your other girl?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, let's get him blocked, man. Let's
That's
get him about it.
Wait, maybe he's
You know who
talking
that is,
about
right?
my little cousin when she was up here. I'm assuming that that's.
No, I know
Why'd
exactly
you-
who that is.
Why'd you mute him?
He just
He trying
started.
to cause chaos.
Yeah, he just starting mess for no reason.
Yeah, it's crazy when folks just lie about you on live, huh?
That's
Yeah,
absurd.
it's crazy. I would hate for somebody to do that to me. He came in for evil. Amen. That's the dude who came to Cam Live.
He is Muslim.
That's the P1 the father guy. Exactly.
Oh, that's him? Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Nah, but I remember one time, I'll tell the story and I get off. one time it was like Black Friday. And you know, on Black Friday, they be having a whole bunch of sales and whatnot. So we sitting here, we going down the street, or my stepdad was
Okay,
going down the
yeah, we
street.
gotta go because you told him we try to walk in at 7.
Yo, why don't y'all wear your earbuds in opposite ears?
Bro, I wish we did that, but I just go with what he does.
You don't be thinking.
My so this dude, he had like a 65-inch TV. He was like, "Hey, bro, like I'll sell this to you for $50." And so my sister was like, "All right, bet." It was still in a box. You feel me? So we go, we pay the $50. Like he come to the house like, "Bro, like I need $50 cash." Homie got TV for 50. It's 65-inch. I said, "All right, bet." Bro, bring it back home, open it up, tape still on it and everything. It's just wood. Like just plywood.
Man, that sound like your fault. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
It was just plywood. He was so hot. I was mad too. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we had a brand new TV because at that time we had an old TV.
Bro, $50 for a 55-inch and you ain't even open a box? Yeah, nah, you deserve that.
Bruh, like it was, bro, it was so neat packaged. Like at that point, he deserved the money. Like he worked for that. Like he packaged that real well.
I'm finding him and robbing him. That's crazy. I promise you.
Shoot. But all right, we do gotta go. God bless y'all in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Y'all be safe.
Bruh, I want.
We still live on YouTube.
Wait. I wanted to see the comments
What comments?
on your chat.
It was a laughing emoji.
Oh, I can see it up
Damn.
there. Oh, okay. Are you still on YouTube? Are you still live on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, YouTube.
YouTube is where it's at. I appreciate y'all sticking with YouTube, not switching over to TikTok, sticking to YouTube. If you don't mind, share it with somebody. Be like, hey, I kind of like this dude, Elijah. And he has his fiance that's pretty good looking, and she comes here from time to time and share her thoughts and opinions. I think y'all should watch. And make sure you catch him live. But when you do, subscribe.
Man.
You know, when you do catch him live, make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate that. But for all 8 people in here, I say this from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate it. God bless all of you. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Blessed Holy Spirit. Thank you.